Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. It would be a good idea to actually take my mic off. Anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hi, Eric, Star, Snowflower. Hi, Austin, Jen. Good morning, good evening. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a little bit in a better mood. To end last night's thing, at the end of the day, everyone had the opportunity to ask questions last night, but obviously people decided not to, which in one way or the other I can respect, I can understand as well. However, you need to, everyone needs to remember is that, I don't have to fabricate or anything. Anyway, so here's the thing. Now, there's a reason why I am trying not to talk about those absolute clowns on the two fleas and everything else. And the reason being is because they've got a shock coming to them. Excuse me. I do apologize. They've got a little bit of a shock coming to them, that I can assure you of. Because they've made mistakes. They've made silly mistakes that has got people thinking. Right. Now, we all know that Bruce is an absolute clown and, he's an idiot. Hi, Ian. How you doing? I mean, there's not much really to say about that idiot, and except that I hope that when they go to court on the 5th, or when they go into court, whatever, okay, is that Judge Davis, and if it's not him, it's a federal court, that they either hold him in contempt, hit him with sanctions, or remove his license. Because I was last night when I turned everything off, and I just sat and listened to some relaxing tunes, and thinking about the funeral tomorrow. I thought, hang on a minute. All these people are sitting on their platforms, flapping their gums. I can do this, I can do that, and that's not just the Krampons and the Swamp Things. That's everybody. I mean, I'm not including Jeremy or Tug and Megan, but I'm not including them or Shizzy Wiz or Expert. But I'm including everyone who goes on their platform and flaps their gums. And sometimes you sit there and you listen and you go, well, hang on a minute. Every time you respond, it sounds like you're guessing or you're assuming. There's no assumption in a grift. There's no assumption in witness tampering or witness intimidation. There's no assumption in child endangerment. There's no assumption in international fraud. Okay, I mean, and this should be common sense for. Good morning, Johnny D. This should be common sense for some people. Now, but work with me on this one. Just work with me on this one. Because the thing is, I operate way better under pressure than I do when I'm not. So I was thinking last night, I said, well, hang on a minute. So a few weeks ago, about a week, 2 weeks ago, someone makes a simple request. I want to see transparency. Okay. Simple request. A donation is a donation. So therefore, a donation is specific for a specific object. May it be like for for a garden fence or irregardless. We discussed this the other day. Right? It's by and by. Right? So just work with me on this one. Rumor control says Dr. Pepper. Oh shit! Hang on a minute. Mayday. Oh my good God, the most important thing of the stream I forgot was my Dr. Pepper. Anyway, right, so so here, right. This is going to come across really complicated. It's going to sound really, really weird. Yeah. All right. No, not that one. Where's my favorite sign? There you go. All right. So just work with this. Just work with it. Write it down. So let's start from a few months ago. All right, all this, when the grifting really started, was about the fence. Now, if you can remember back, it was either Tory or it was Womble Gob 2. It was her godmother. And they were going on about the fence. They had like 12 or 1300 or whatever. And basically they needed this, and this, and this, and this. Right. During the stream, now that stream was, I think, for about 6 hours. Morning, I'll go, hi. Now, what you guys need to remember, you need to stay with me on this one. You need to follow me. If you got to get a pen and paper and write this down, right? Yeah, I did get some rest, Amogo, I promise you. An hour now. But anyway, right. So I'm not going to pay attention to chat at the moment because I need to stay on I need to stay on track. Right. So here's the thing. While they were sort of grifting and everything and talking about the fence, they were also, trying to, sell their crystals and stuff like that. Right? Work with me on this one. And at one point, they said, they still needed, I think it was $1,270 or something like this. Right. This is way before the Amazon list and that. But don't forget, at the same time, they were trying to get donations. They were trying to get tips or donations for the Harley Christmas thing. But the Harley Christmas thing had been going on for quite a while. Oh, yes, I've opened a Dr. Pepper, so stand fucking by. Pardon my French. Now, if I can remember correctly, right, and this is just for remembering, if I can remember correctly, at one point, I don't know if it was Tori or Lisa said, we've just had an anonymous donor and we've now got the money. We now have got all the money for the fence. All right. So if they had all the money for the fence, the first question you should ask yourself is why were they carrying on asking for materials for the fence afterwards? Because what happened, they mentioned that quick and they moved on to the next topic that quick that people just lost track of what they were saying. And they continued to do that. They kept on doing that. Right. And then they were showing all these bits and bobs from Amazon and everything else where they made a couple of mistakes. Now, when you've got people like me or even people over in the States who are even more qualified than me, right, doing the research, okay, you would have noticed that on the screenshots that on their sharing their screen, right, what they were doing, they were not just sharing their name and the location of where they lived, but they were also basically sharing, so they self-dox themselves on the Amazon list. All this then carries on. It goes on and on and on and on. Yeah. And you're like going, interesting. So you think, well, hang on a minute. Well, if I pay a little bit more attention. And here's the thing. A lot of people, you need to understand, as of today, from now, right, you need to remember, you need to take, David, right, you need to take away the memberships, the super chats, and everything else. Because at the end of the day, right, that's part of YouTube. That you can't add. Now, if they turn around and say, oh, yeah, you send us super chats, we'll add that to that. No, they don't have to. They don't have to. So technically, they can turn around and go, what, you sent me a $100 super chat? Yeah. For what? Oh, for the Harley. Oh, right. I thought it. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, you should have sent it as a donation. The second thing is, all right, this is where we start getting into the realms of defrauding, speculative, allegedly. Okay, this is where we need now start looking at the bigger picture, because I saw a post today which made me think, go, well, hang on a second. There was never a mention of new phones, new laptops, new microphones, and all that. Hi, Miss PJ. Not one peep, except until the last week or so. Suddenly it was like, oh, we're getting new laptops, we're getting new phone. You know, I mean, so here's my question, okay? And again, step out of the box and think about what I'm saying. You're grifting for all this money. Hi, Rattus, good morning, mate. You're grifting for all this money, okay? Now, guys, you need to work with me on this one. You need to step out of that box, clear your mind, and listen to the words I'm saying. Not how I'm saying it, but to the words. So when they started all this grifting for the fence, for the Christmas thing, there was no mention of new phones, laptops, or anything else. After the Harley, when everything else with the Harley and the Amazon list and everything else, all that grifting, all the money that David Richards, Only Me gave him, and everything else, there was no mention about laptops, phones, or anything. After Numbnut went down to Pensacola for the depositions and everything else, and they started grifting for him to get down there, right? And people gave their good money to that. Again, no mention of any electronics whatsoever. when they got all the fence and they started building the fence up and they started like coming out of the websites and going to PR team and everything else, not a peep about laptops, computers, phones, or anything. Nothing. So here's what you now need to do. You now need to step out of the box and go, well, hang on a minute. If they've received, say, 10, 20, say 10, 15 grand in super chats, and they've received like 20, 30, probably even more, 40, 50, well, let's round it up to 50 grand. Okay. SMN, good morning. If they received 50 grand, just hypothetically speaking, and they gave like Numbnut 10, that's 40. They gave Lynette 10, 15. Yeah. That's 35, 25. Yeah. That's 25 grand unaccounted for. That is not including anything else. Look underneath the bed, Rattus, right? That or underneath the pillow or something, right? And here's the thing: you need to think about, you know, because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people make comments, you know, and it's a direct thing. It's a direct thing towards the it's a direct thing towards, you know, just talking about electronics, but you have to think about the bigger picture, everything around it, right? So I have been asking, and I mean, this has been going on for months. I have been asking for actually, in fact, when they started grifting about the fence, just before the fence, right? And they started grifting and you know, doing all this crap on their stream. I said transparency. Let's see the receipts, transparency. I mean, you've got other people, you know, going on about their receipts and all that crap, and they don't realize that there are other people who've got way, way more incriminating fucking screenshots than they think. Okay, so let's not make threats, people, because you may fall on your own sword. Just a word of advice. But anyway, so you've got them talking. Then suddenly they talk about, oh yeah, I'm getting a new laptop, right? But what the mistake they do, they mention it about 3 or 4 days or a week before they get the laptop. Now here's the thing. You have to go and choose the laptop, look for the laptop, order the laptop, pay for the laptop. The laptop gets then sent to you, right? And so who paid for the laptops? Oh, they won't tell anyone. Okay. You know, where's the transparency? Because I'm telling you right now, unless they can turn around to me and say, I bought this myself, okay, I'm going to then turn around and go, really? Yes. From what money? Oh, my money. Right. Okay. What money? Because I doubt very much, because this is the mistake where what they've been doing. They bought all this stuff, all these flags for the fence and everything else. But have you seen them mention crystals or resin crystals or statues or little midget man sausages or anything else on their stream lately? No? Yes? Maybe? Who knows? Anyone? Has anyone here seen them, virtually sit on there and actually go, proactively go, hi, here's a crystal made of resin, or here's a crystal that is real, but it is a skull. Of course, you're going to dig up a crystal that looks like a skull, so a natural skull. There you go. Has anyone seen that? Not lately. Interesting. Don't you find that interesting? So if they sell their right, okay, if they sell their crystals, okay, if they get their income based on sales of what do you call it? Based on what they sell or what they make and sell, right? Because I've seen some of the crap that they sell. Right? No, I'm talking about their channel flags that they proudly showed, and they said they cost $50. Right? Here's the thing. This is what you have to understand. When certain individuals, certain type of people come into money, right? It burns a hole in their hand. No, Shabbat, good morning. It burns a hole in their hand. And here's the thing. The minute they started getting all this money in, did anyone notice what they were doing? They suddenly were, they had enough money to fuel to drive down to Otter Creek. They had all this money for bits and bobs like signs and everything else, cigarettes and, God knows what else. Right? It's not just about the grifting. And I've noticed a lot of people are sort of circumventing around stuff, and they're just looking at the grifting and what they're doing on their live stream. But no one is actually looking at the stuff on the sidelines. Because don't forget, you've had Womblegob 1, Womblegob 2, Swamp Lizard, you've got Jabba the Hoot, now you've got Kendra, right? OnlyFans, apparently, allegedly, right? So you've got all these people on that platform, okay? Now, I bet you, they all want a piece of that. They all want a piece of that. So if you're getting all this money in and you've already had the money for the fence before you start getting deep into grifting, and if you go back, you can see the pattern. You can actually see it. So this all these electronic new laptops and phones and microphones and everything else, have a guess where that came from. Unless they can prove 100%, and I'm not I'm not messing about anymore. I'm saying it as it is. And I challenge them. I am now challenging them on a legal level to prove and to show receipts from the day they started grifting for the fence until present day. And I can tell you right now, you will not see one thing. You'll probably might see fabricated or photoshopped or an old one or whatever, but they will not be able to show any transparency whatsoever of every single penny that came through. Now, remember, super chats. This is the best part. Super chats. I forgot what I was doing now. Super chats, okay, are not part of it. You cannot add super chats to it. Now, however, if you've got evidence that people are sending super chats with a message saying, hey, put this towards, the Harley thing, or put this towards the fence, or put this towards da-da-da-da, Okay, because some people don't want to do it through their PayPal or bank or whatever, so they will donate through super chat. If you can establish a pattern with the super chats, then they've got a problem. Then they have a problem, because that means they are now circumventing the YouTube oh god, what's it called? Create gifting. It's the YouTube gifting, because that's why YouTube sets that up, so people can then do fundraisers with the protection. However, if you're sending them super chats, and these super chats have a message in them, and it states, "This is for the defense. This is for the little one. This is for that." Okay, then they've got a problem, because what they're then doing is money laundering. Because they know that super chats, okay, are the super chats. There is a percentage from the super chats or memberships or stuff like that that goes to YouTube. Right? YouTube takes 20 or 30%. I don't know. Ask if Ratters is still here. Ask him. Right? So that means so basically YouTube and them are committing online money fraud. Now here comes another kicker. I'm not saying who or when or what or how, but I know for a fact the NCA over here is involved. And she even mentioned the fraud agency in this country. But what she doesn't realize is that they, okay, have made a big mistake, and they publicized it. So basically everything they've done in this grifting and this everything else, right, is questionable. And I challenge them now. I am challenging them. Yes, I am. Oh, yes. Okay. To prove that every single penny that they received, right, went to where it's supposed to. Because the thing is, they're keeping Lynette quiet. That's for sure. Right. And also they made a mistake as well. Like they couldn't, apparently their internet was down yesterday. So they came they came online under their anonymous alt accounts and told people, hey, by the way, no internet. Now, interesting. So explain to me why DJ Ratters can be on the internet with his phone and talk and communicate, but they can't. Don't you find that interesting? Does anyone disagree with me here? If you do, press a big one. What the hell's going on here? All right, okay. Yeah, I know, Gail. because what they're doing, they're legally. I mean, one, they've probably got some legal advice, or two, they actually got told what that to do that. Right. So yeah. But here's the thing, though. Right. It's all about transparency. And got me hot cocoa, good. Right. Right. What I'm trying to say is that all this sudden influx of new items and stuff like that, okay, has only suddenly now appeared because of all this grifting. Before, there was not even a mention about a new laptop or anything else. There was probably like a little comment here, there about their microphone and, needing to get a new microphone, but there was nothing about laptops or new phones. So why has suddenly someone got a new phone, new laptop, new microphone? Okay. I mean, yeah, okay, super chats. But here's the thing. What if some of those super chats are actually a donation? Because if the person doesn't have the ability or the facility to like PayPal or stuff like that, and the fact that they've got all the Cash App and Venmo and PayPal and God knows what else on the bottom of their ticker, I'm surprised not more people are questioning this. I'm surprised not more people have noticed this. Yeah, they probably are. I mean, I did see one. I did see one. I think on the Christmas thing, I think I saw something, but I'm not sure. But I don't really care. I try to avoid giving them any of my precious time. But that's what you need to start. That's what you need to start thinking about. You know. Oh God! Why doesn't it stop? And here's my opinion about this whole thing. Breaking news. Will it ever stop? Yeah. Dahlia. Right. So here's a question. If anyone, I mean, what should happen is basically someone should have the balls to walk up to the Lynette and go, right, okay, Lynette, look, I know that you did this, but have you received any funds from the fees? And if she says yes, and you say how much, and she says none of your business, I'll say, well, I hope it's over 20,000, and then just watch her face expression. Just watch her face expression, because if her face expression looks like she just seen a truck, right, then you know that she hasn't been getting what she was supposed to be getting. Just saying. Because the thing is, all this grifting and everything else was for Lynette and for the little girl to make their life a little bit better. So why is it that like there's been no transparent nothing? Oh, build a fence. Wow. Okay. I tell you what, let's go and build a little hut for Rattus or for Philip, shall we? Let's go and build a little garden shed for Tammy, shall we? Right. So guys, send me all your money. Okay. I'm not going to tell you how much you sent me. And then I'm going to pocket some. And then I'm going to go down and build a cheap garden shed for Tammy. And then I'm going to go, there you go. There's $5,000 and then leave. But I'm leaving with 35 grand in my pocket. Because the fence panels that she had put up on that fence, like I've been saying before, those fence panels were exactly the same fence panels they had for their little outdoor bathroom area. And they are the cheapest panels you can get. They're treated, but they're the cheapest ones, like $56 or something. So you put all this together, right? A blind Irish Chinese mine detector who's also deaf would be able to figure this one out. But I've got a bombshell coming. And a lot of people are going to go, what? Yeah, there's a bombshell coming. I know I keep on hinting at it and I never say it, but trust me, I've got it. I've got it right now. I've got it right now. I've had it for quite a while. You know, people need to stop. Excuse me. People need to stop posting on Facebook about assumptions and speculations. You know, start digging, start researching, start doing your own legwork, and start looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, because like that Preston and the and the Krampons and the swamp lizard are not the only people grifting. Everyone does it in different ways, but that's by and by. But I've got a bombshell coming, and I tell you one thing. Oh, I got a message. Nice. 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 Wait, what? Nice. Oh, crap. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, there's been that is not good at all. Uh, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to mention that. Right. Yeah. Well, I've lost the page. There you go. Right. Oh yeah, yeah. I noticed that. Yeah. What was it? Doctor? No. DJ Ratters 2. Yeah. Yeah. There's some idiots out there. You know. You remember you have to let the idiots play as well. Morning, Gary. How you doing? Um. So yeah, you need to do your research because there is a bombshell coming. And obviously I've already discussed this with my co-host. And that's going to be interesting. That's for sure. That is for sure. Wait a minute. What? Why is that deleted? I need to leave that. So that's for sure. No, Dahlia. I'm not saying it there because the thing is, it's gonna be definitely after the funeral because I got the funeral tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Sorry. Do you know? I keep on thinking it's tomorrow. I have lost a day somewhere. And I've also decided that like I'm going to pay more attention to my game playing, you know, and streaming and stuff like that. And I am going to put up videos. I'm going to get back into routine because I sort of like lost the routine and that. So I am going to start putting up videos and that. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, and also live streams. I'm probably going to do 2. Probably I don't know, but I'm not going to do like 1 every day. No, absolutely not. No. That's too much. That's like trying to drag. You know, no, because obviously we've got those idiots who like to play games and stuff like that. Um, what was going to, yeah. So, yeah. There's going to be some changes, as you've noticed. I'm doing more of these thumbnails here, these here. I actually quite like doing them. I actually enjoy doing them. It's quite a lot of fun, and some of them are as weird as possible, especially the what could possibly go wrong. I do apologize for that, but that was funny. I didn't even notice it until actually I looked at it and I went, "Oh shit." And no, I don't know. It was someone else who said it. So, what could possibly go wrong? And I went, "What you mean wrong?" And she went, "No, wrong." And I went, "No, it's wrong." And she went, "Look at your picture." And I went, "Ah, yes." Well, the thing is, it's one thing I do know is that like on YouTube they need to. I think they need to implement the ban button and the permanent ban or the permanent ban button. Because the thing is, if you could, it's all good and fine. You can block people, but the thing is, they can still come in the stream, and and unless you're a moderator or the host, you won't see them. Or if you're on restream, because you're going via a streaming program, so that means you'll see everybody, um, even if you've got them blocked. I think that YouTube need to come up with a permanent ban. Who's a racist? Who's racist? Oh, shut up, Radis. Fucking. Um, you see that? You see that? You see that, Rattus? You blind git. Look at that. Wrongler. What? Anyway, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, yeah. Um, I think YouTube need to, instead of like when you block people, that means you've blocked them, so they can't see you, and that's it. But you are still able to see them, right? Because what they've done when you block someone, okay, it blocks both of you. So I can't see them and they can't see. Well, it's really strange, but they can still come to your stream. They can still look into your stream. If you're going to put a block on someone, that means they can't come anywhere near your stream. That means they can't see what's going on, they can't read, or they can't do anything. Right now, if you block someone, they can't even click on your name. Right, so therefore, your channel per se disappears. Ah, you're funny, Rattus. Listen, I'm just like, yeah. Anyway, um, I'm ignoring you right now. I'm trying to, but it's very hard when I can see your comment in two different screens. It's hard. But I do think that there should be a petition for YouTube to initiate a ban button, so creators can, I mean, they should still keep that, like, like if someone gets timed out, they should keep that. I think that with the timeout button is quite good because you can time them out. They won't be able to type or anything else, but but if you time them out, there should be speculation. They can't click on anything, they can't do anything, but they can sit outside and watch. That's all. The second thing is, if you block someone, okay, right, they can't see you, not the other way around, right? If you block someone, they can't see you, right? So that means if I go into someone's channel, right? If you go into someone's channel and they're in there, right, and they don't see you and they don't see your comment, it will diffuse any potential, escalation or whatever. Because some people I've noticed on the air over the last few months are getting very petty. Good morning, Victoria. How are you, sweetheart? All right. So I think like having a ban button would be perfect. It doesn't mean that, like, you can ban someone, right? You can either ban them for a period or ban them permanently. And I think YouTube need to bring that in, because that way I make you honey so far. All right, and that way, okay, it can diffuse a lot of the issues that have been going on. And it will also stop certain people from getting the clout they want. Because there's a lot of people, trying to get clout from one way or the other. But the thing is that by doing that, they're causing more problems, because at the end of the day, you've got people who go into the Krampons stream who indirectly, subliminally get like a message to, initiate some sort of hate campaign or whatever on people. And then next, you've got trolls and you've got people like harassing other people on YouTube and stuff. And, by eliminating that is perfect. Because if you go in and you click on someone's name and you block them, right, it doesn't do anything. It just stops you from seeing them and what they type. And vice versa. That's it. And that's wrong. You should be able to see them if they're in there. But they should, if you block, if say, for example, I block DJ Rattus right now, he shouldn't be able to see me or what I type, but I am able to see him because I blocked him. Yeah. So so it's, yeah. But anyway, I hope you understand what I mean. So, hi, Lisa. How's your weather today? Oh, do you know what I had to? Oh, do you guys want to have a giggle? Excuse me. Do you want to have some fun? Have a guess what happened to me last night? After I was chilling out and everything. I thought, you know what? I'll go and check the car. So I opened the car, and it just went click, 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 and I went, oh no. And I tried it again. Click, 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 click. C-Class Merc, they're quite good cars. So I go and get my battery charger. I put the battery charger on. I stick it on repairs it within 2 hours. And then I put it on, and then it goes straight to charge. After it's repaired, it goes straight onto charge. And I think it repairs and charges at the same time, but I don't know. I haven't read the instructions. And I started it up. Oh my God. It was dead battery. It's purred. It was purring. So I got my, my meter reader, not the reader, the ECM. I can't remember its name now. Yeah, I got that, plugged it in, and checked and looked at all the fault codes, and I was like, oh wow. So I made sure that everything was okay first, and then I reset everything, and now it's purring like a kitten. That's the only thing that me and that numbnut have got in common. We both got the same car. I couldn't believe that when I found that out. And they're not cheap. C-Class Mercs are not cheap. I wonder how much she paid for his. $9.99 from a scrapyard. And he's gone quiet. Have you noticed how quiet he's got? Hey, Deuce Boy, let me ask you a question. What's it like to taste your own poo? What's it like to eat your own words? Eh? You're giving it all, flapping your gums and swinging that man sausage you got on your forehead around like if you owned the place. And now look at you. Look at you. Got your tail between your legs, and now what? Eh? Bullying women and trying to intimidate women, speaking to women with such a you're not a man. You're what do they call him? What do they call him? I can't even call you a xenomorph because a xenomorph has more intelligence than you. What do you call him? Well, one thing, you definitely a yogurt stain on someone's shirt, that's for sure. And I haven't, actual fact, that's quite interesting. I haven't mentioned him for a while. That's how interested I am about that guy. Seagull, hi. Did I say good morning, Kate? Did I say Kate? Yeah, I did. Latoya Williams. Well, hi, Latoya. Welcome back. I haven't seen you for a while. Happy New Year. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you. I know it's 22 late, but yeah. Do you know, looking at that picture I've got there, doesn't that look like Deuce Boy constipated? Well, it looks funny, that. But yeah, so oh, no, yeah, we know who that is. We know who that is. We know that is. It's very easy to catch them out. Oh, and something else. Yes. Here's a word of advice to certain individuals whose names are not going to be mentioned on my stream, that's for sure. If you're going to go, oh, hang on a minute, I've got a massage. I am now going to make, right, okay, I have responded to the message. Right. Now, I know of certain people who post, okay, anonymously, right? Because the thing is, when you post in your own name on Facebook and then suddenly disappear and then suddenly you get all these freaking I don't talk about myself in a third person. Well, not according to my voices in my head, but that's by and by. That's the conversation between me and them. Oh shit, what was it? Oh yeah, right. Here's the thing: when you post as yourself and then suddenly post anonymously, here's what you need to do. You need to make sure that you don't type exactly the same way you type when you type yourself. And the amount of times you've been caught out on that is just phenomenal. I don't even bother responding anymore. I just look at it and go, yep. Now, there's a laboratory gentleman who likes to post anonymously. He works in a lab, and he definitely does maximum effort when he does work in that lab. And yeah, and also our Zen warrior. Zen warrior is also, and then there's Lisa, and then there's Biscuit Boy. Oh, and David Michael T. Even though his surname is actually being publicized in public, I'm not going to say it because it's a mouthful, and I've got a sweet in my mouth, and I don't want to spit it out. But look, guys, if you're going to post anonymously, get someone else to type it for you. And if you don't have friends, then use a pencil or something. Tie a pencil to your nose, Bruce, when you post anonymously. You give yourself away very easily. And hey, Womble Gob, aka Flea One, aka Walrus. How can you? That is so unfair calling them walruses, because you're giving all those walruses in the sea a bad name. That's not fair on the walrus, the real ones. But anyway, we digress. Ah, yes, Tamara. Yes. You can tell when she's typing. Christ. I thought my spelling and grammar was bad. I'm surprised the grammar police on Facebook are not all over her like a flies on shit. But there you go. But yeah, so word of advice, guys: if you're gonna post Mary Wallace, hi. If you're gonna post anonymously, please use a different technique, because you do stand out. I mean, like we could actually have bets on who's who. And does anyone else notice that our friend Stu Jeebus is no longer posting? Do you know why? Because he's posting under a different name. Because I think that his account has been put in jail for a foreseeable future. Maybe. Who knows? But anyone notice that? Eh? Yeah. I bet anyone no one's noticed that. So, yeah. Oh, it's so I'm going to have some of my Dr. Pepper. So anyway, let's this picture. No, wait. No, yep, there you go. So let's go. No, wrong one. There you go. So I just wish you could speak proper. Get the fuck out of here, you. Don't you come in there with this. Don't you dare. Don't you even think. How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? That was in the heart, Dirt. Jesus. That was in the heart. Proper. It's like you. Why is it that you Americans, when you try to intimidate, you try to copy the English accent, it's literally watching people sucking on little balls. Yeah, seriously. Correct English. The correct pronunciations of the English language. Yes. How's this for a pronunciation? Fuck off. Don't start. Don't no. Yeah. Laundry who talks English, not Americano. No, Kate, it's not Americano because that border's been closed now. Right? We're talking Americanese. Yeah. Did I just snort when I left? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's been very interesting. I must admit, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. There's a lot of people who, for some unknown reason, are like jumping on this. I forgot what I was going to say now. There's a lot of people who are just. I don't know if it's just for the attention or, I really don't know, and I really don't care, to be honest. But there's a lot going to come. Oh God, I can't wait to get this crap out of the way. Oh God. Oh, and one more thing. Hey, MLS, aka David Helm. It'll be your turn soon. Just for I'd let you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know I'm so close to the microphone right now? I can go. Yeah. Anyway. I wanted to be bad too. You can, Kate. I'm bad. Yeah. No. So yeah. Last night you all had the chance to ask, and not one of you did. So I respect that. Thank you very much for, putting your trust in me. I do appreciate that. You're all part of the family. Well, wait. Plus, any super chats, as Megan said, do not come in right away. It is paid like a month. Yeah. I think it's a month in arrears. You don't get it the same month. You get it the next month. Tammy, is that right? Yeah. DJ Rattus, go on. Oracle of all knowledge, you should know. You know that people think that they are untouchable behind a screen. They don't think or care about consequences. I know, Mary. I know. And that and from from what I've seen, a lot of people have seem to forget that. Because like there are laws both in the UK and in the US. Luckily, I know those laws over here, you know. And the thing is, there is, right. And the thing is, there's a difference between the Constitution and the First Amendment and Article 10 of freedom of speech and expression over here. Whereas yours is part of the Constitution, ours is part of the Geneva Convention. Well, not Geneva Convention, the human rights. And as long as we stay within the remit of the rules and we don't threaten people or you know, do naughty things, then I can call people an a-hole and, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. But what I'm doing here is I'm not doing anything except bringing the truth and the facts to the surface, where people either miss it or people are blind or they don't notice it. And there's been multiple times I have called it. When that thing came out about, moving down to Gainesville, Gatorville, Gainesville, whatever the place was called, from Pensacola, I said that night, that's not going to happen. The judge is going to throw that out. The judge is just going to go, nope. And what happened the next day? Called it. Now, here's the thing. If I call someone an arsehole, or if I call someone a dick or anything else, right? Here's the thing that some people don't do. I will actually drive to the airport that you are arriving at, and I will come meet you, go for a coffee, and then I will stand there and I will call you an arsehole in your face. I am not afraid of confrontation, but there's a difference between confrontation and threatening confrontation. If I'm going there with the premeditated intent to cause physical bodily harm, okay, that is pathetic and stupid. You don't have to commit physical harm to put your opinion across. There's a lot of people who sit behind their keyboard and they give it all this and this and that. And I've met people online who have threatened me. And I go, okay, then I'll meet you here. Yes, it's taken me a couple of hours to get there, but I've gone down there and I've stood there and I've watched them for about half an hour because I knew what they looked like. So I sit there for about half an hour, walk over, and I'll call them by their username. And they go, oh, and then they'll realize what they're dealing with. And they go, yeah, I was only joking. And there's no negativity, there's no aggression, there is no malice or whatever. I just sit down and go, look, you're a human being, I'm a human being, I'm here, you're here. At least you had the balls and the spine to come here, and I respect that. But here, what's happening in this whole situation, right, is the fact that people are using other people to do their dirty work for them. Because people are very easily manipulated. Very easily. I've seen a lot of people being manipulated by those people, by those idiots. And they believe every word they say. Now, look, not all of us are right. Sometimes I am wrong. Sometimes other people are wrong. Sometimes DJ Rats could be wrong. But at the end of the day, at least we, if, for example, I can only speak for myself, but if I'm wrong, and I've proven it, if I'm wrong, I'll go, yeah, actually, I was wrong there. But here's the thing. When I first found, when the flea bags appeared, I sat outside their chat, and that's why I couldn't deal with their voice. No, and that's why I started calling them the miners with the cigars. They must smoke at least 10 Cuban cigars a day. And I would sit there and I would listen, and I watched. There was a couple of people that I noticed. One of them was called, I don't want to name him, Bearded. There's one. Another one was called Fu. Another one. And obviously then we got Ed, right? And then you got other people as well. And their interaction was more personal, more direct, more. I mean, if it had been me and I was reading that, I'd be going, right, guys, come on, you need to stop, because what you're saying, it sounds very threatening. you know, especially when it came to the bearded, that idiot. Um, it is, that's the problem. And people don't see the fact that these people incite people by how they say it and what they say. They repeat their stuff. They keep on going on, going ha ha ha, and then you've got Tory, you know, reassuring, the people what Lisa's saying is true. And then but the thing is, sometimes they fall flat on their face because, like, Lisa will say something, and then Robbie will turn around and say, actually, fact, that's not true. Or you'll turn around and say, well, actually, fact, they're right. It is true. I do sell the stuff to get for money and I sell them for hides. So it's things like that you need to pay attention to. And the way they manipulate people, and this is the problem. If you guys come in here, well, I can. If you guys come in here and ask me a question and I don't know the answer to it, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. But if I see someone talking about something and I think, well, hang on a minute, they're wrong. For example, let me take this is just for an example, right? If I take Lisa Farr, right? If I take Lisa and I say Lisa, and I watch Lisa talking, and I notice that what she's saying is not really right, and it could be incitement, or it's not right one way or the other. I'll go, Lisa, quick one, blah 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 blah. What you've been saying is not right. It's this, and you need to think before you type, because what you're doing there is you're actually putting the wrong narrative out, and that's not true. This is how it is. Bang, bang, bang. And either Lisa will go, fuck you, and then leave, or she'll go, oh, okay, thank you. And then everyone will be back on the same page again. Does that make sense? Please tell me that makes sense. Dramatic pause. You see, that's the biggest issue. And the thing is, if you go and you sit and you go and sit or you sit and you listen to them, you'll hear it. You'll hear it. And they'll say something, and then suddenly everyone will jump on that bandwagon and go, yep. Right? And then suddenly you've got 20 or 30 people in that chat agreeing on what they're saying. So if you watch the chat, they're all talking about different things, all saying different things, and then suddenly they'll say something, and then bang. Right? Everyone agrees with what they say. Now, they could be turning around and say, well, debunked, and then bang, 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 bang. You'll see it. Yeah, all debunked. And then you'll have certain people who drop that little bug, like Ed, or certain people, and you'll notice those people. If you watch long enough, you'll see those enablers dropping the hints in chat. You just need to watch and pay attention. Yeah. That's why I've got a rule about links to other people's streams and stuff like that. You ask first, can I put a link in? Yes. Can I put this in? No. Because the thing is, I don't want to enable people to do the wrong thing. And also at the same time, right, my interaction with you guys is more important than fucking putting links in and shit like that. If you want to put a link in, you ask. And if it's something about something, if it's important, I'll go, right, contact me privately, let me have a look at it. Right? That 2 minutes is not going to hurt you. If you want to put a link into someone's stream, right, and I know that person and I support that person, right, even if I'm not if I'm subscribed to them, then I'll say yes. But if I'm not subscribed to them, but I still support them as a creator and as a person, I'll go, yeah, sure, no problem. If an expert came in here and said, hey, can I drop my link? Yeah, no problem. And like sometimes people can't drop links. So what I do, either Amogirl or Nimrod or Eric, one of the other mods, they will go and get that link and then they'll drop it, or I'll get it and I'll drop it. But have you noticed in their chat, they have got stream cord every couple of minutes. You'll see it's like every 3 or 5 minutes you'll see links to grifting. You know, click on this link to go, go and buy this or go and get this and that. Yeah, go and watch it. Have you seen any stream cord or StreamYard or anything in here? Right? If they can set up and use OBS to put those links into chat, that they pop up every 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, new computer, my ass. And this is where people are missing. This is what people are missing, right? Because you think like, oh yeah, I'll put the information down on the bottom here, and I'll drop links and all that. But if you watch the links, look who's dropping it. It'll say stream cord. It doesn't say Two Fleas or Lisa or Tori. It says stream cord or whatever it's called. What's it called again? 1 second, I'll tell you what it's called again. Is it stream? No, wait a minute. Is it StreamYard or something? Oh shit! What am I doing? Sorry, I'm just checking. So, is it? It's not that one. It's Nightbot. It's not that one. Not that one. It's that one. It's Stream Elements. Sorry, it's Stream Elements, or it's Nightbot. Because Stream Elements and Nightbot, right? What they do, they will give you. Oh yeah. Why is that like that? Oh, I forgot. Where am I? Where am I? There you go. Yeah, it's StreamYard. Yeah. Right, and it puts no, it's not StreamYard. No, it's not StreamYard. It's Stream Elements. Right, Stream Elements or Nightbot. And Stream Elements, what you can do, you can set up automated. If you attach it, you can set up automated messages on your YouTube or on your platform, so that every couple of minutes a message will come up. Right, and you can put like a link in there. You can put information in there, and then it will come up. Well, yeah, of course, Seagull. Of course, they won't go after anyone who's done the grift, right? Now, and the thing is, like I said, when all that happened, I can remember saying one night is that either someone's got to him, and I can remember this like if it was an hour ago, someone has threatened him, or someone's got to him and told him to, just pack and leave. So, and I still believe that to this day. But the only person who can tell you the truth and tell you exactly what happened, right, is him. And like I said, when it comes to Jeremy Seagull, they will always continue to attack him because it's a character assassination. They're literally trying to destroy his character, his person, his name. That's what they're doing, and that's what they've been doing. They're only using. She even admitted that she didn't know Lynette Preston and John Cook before all this, before the court thing. She admitted that on her stream, that she didn't know them until then. Right? And then they jumped on that bandwagon because this was the perfect opportunity to do what they're doing. They looked at it on multiple phrases. They looked at it of getting clout. They looked at it getting the old dollar signs in. They looked at it getting their views up and making more money on YouTube. And it was all about the money. It's all about the money. It's not about the people. It's not about anything else. It's about the money. Do you know how many people have had right? Do you know how many people who've messaged me and I've gone, why aren't you monetized? Why are you not got super chats? Why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? And my simple response was, why should I? Yes, Amago, in a way I agree. However, if YouTube can set up a ban button or anything else, then I think is it Christy? Is the Nova person called Christy Nunya? But yeah, so that's one thing you guys need to take into consideration. And going back to the what Amagos, what you said, right? This is where YouTube now need to step in and go, right, we need to change one, the policies, when you're doing fundraisers and stuff like that. That's on one. And two, they need to give creators a little bit more power over, or more access to tools on their own platform, so they can ban people, permanently ban them, or just ban them for whatever. Change this blocking stuff where you block them but they can't block you, or whatever, crap like that. But YouTube need to step in, because he should not be treated like this. They have basically put 3 words into people's heads: stalker, harasser, and abuser, which he's not. None of those 3. None of those 3. Because let's put it this way, if he was a harasser and he was a stalker, then what are they? What are they when they drive down Highway 19 and actually drive past the school and film it while they're doing it? What's that? I would say that's endangerment, because basically you're filming the location where people work day in, day out. So you are endangering other people's life, because you don't know who's watching your streams. You don't know if there's pardon the expression, a person with psychological disability who happens to have an object in his hand or her hand. You don't know what people are going to do. And then you drive past the school that has got nothing to do with that situation. It just happens to be the part. I mean, what happened? Here's the thing, Fleabag. What if I drove down your street? What if I drove down and parked outside your house? Because I know your address. I know where you live. And Tori, I know where you live as well. And Robbie, definitely know where you live. Just hypothetically speaking, and I also, hey, by the way, Dave, I know where you live as well. But just for the record, just for an argument's sake, just hypothetically speaking, if you got, say, if I contacted a couple of friends over in the States, and they're all well, 3 police officers, 1's firefighter, but that's beside the point, right? If I phoned them out and said, how many police officers could you get on a day off to just drive and sit outside this property? Well, probably about 30, 20, 30. And they keep on driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I rest my case. And but when they're down in Otter Creek, what they wanted was that attention. They wanted that special attention, and they got it. They drove past. There was absolutely no need for them to drive past that property. They should have stayed down in the vicinity of Lynette's property, but they didn't. And I don't think that's the only thing that they filmed. I think that they done more and more. Yeah. And also, why is Biscuit Boy standing outside Lynette's property at night and he has someone walk up towards Tube Town to see about the security lights? This has all happened months ago. That's ladies and gentlemen, that's called incitement. That's basically showing people, hey, by the way, look, if you walk up this way, the lights go on. But if you come around from the back, and the Levy County Sheriff's Department are as much use as a fart in a spacesuit, because you know, if you call them up, yeah, we'll be there. Half an hour later or an hour later, they'll turn up. By that time, everything's done. Everything's gone. I felt bad for that lady. Patty, the lady who was in the car with the was it an 8-year-old girl, I believe. Right, what the DA did to them, right? I'm surprised Patty hasn't put a lawsuit in, because they deliberately messed that up so they didn't have to do anything. And I think there was an agenda. I think there was an agenda. I think they'd done that deliberately. I think there was an agenda and it went a little bit wrong. Because why is it that you can do a deposition over Zoom, right? But she had to come all the way down to Otter Creek to make a statement. And then when she got there, everything that was supposed to happen didn't happen. So she had to spend all that money that she could have spent on her daughter and herself, right, on food or rent and stuff like that. So where's the justification in that? And she probably never got that back anyway. She was an innocent party to two things: Wes ripping everyone off, right, and taking Travis for a ride, right, and being put in harm's way. So I like to see anyone come in here now and contradict me on that. And everyone's spoken about it, but yeah. It's a trap. Well, I remember calling them that. But anyway, no. But but when it comes down to the money, you're never ever going to see transparency from them, because they are grifters. And from the history and from everything I've seen, it'll be very interesting to find out whose house that belongs to, that they're living in. Because if you go and have a look at one of the videos, that house looked like a bomb hit it. It was messy as hell. Lisa, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, Cynthia, of course he went silent. I mean, like, everyone was after him. But the thing is, he's the only one who can fix what needs fixing. Even if he did, to be honest with you, right now, I don't care if he grifted or not. But what he needs to do, right, he needs to support Patty, and he needs to get down and make a statement. Because what John Cook did, right? Yeah, what John Cook did, right? He endangered not just them two, right? This is where you have to separate the grift and the real reality, right? At the time, no one knew. You know, she didn't know about Wes and everything, but that's beside the point. The fact that John Cook actually pointed and pulled a pew on them and pointed at them, it not just endangered him, not endangered her, but it also endangered that small child who was sitting in the back seat, who then was in hysterical tears. And then when the police turned up, that behavior needs to be looked into. You know, if someone doesn't want to give their details, right? But the problem is, I could see where the police were coming from, but I can also see where she was coming from. She doesn't want to give her details because she doesn't want to get harassed, which has happened. We've seen it, right? Thanks to the Lever County Police. But the police needed information because she was a victim to a assault with a deadly weapon. You know, he pointed at a weapon at it. That's assault. You know, deadly weapon, right? But but the thing is, they should redact. This is what gets me, right? They will redact videos when they show videos about stuff, but they won't redact people's information on documents. If the person is a witness, the witness needs their information redacted. And then when it goes to court, the court then decide it's redacted or it's free, so it's public information. Because don't forget, she is a mother of an 8-year-old child, and none of that happened. And then you got Deuce Boy running around trying. I've got my own thoughts on what happened with Wes and everything, but I'm not going to publicize that. I'm not going to mention that in public. But I've got my own ideas of what happened there, because it happened way too quick, way too quick. And then suddenly you got the 2 frivolous lawsuits. Even though that was a while down the road. Yeah, no. And then the best part is when you suddenly, after all that, you've got Fleabag 1 and 2. And here's what gets me, right? I know they have spoken about me. I know for a fact they've dropped my name, my real name. That's on Facebook. I know that they've dropped that in their stream multiple times. And I know for a fact they've even used my username here. I know that for a fact. Right? But here's the thing. I find it quite interesting that they did it to Patty and they put up a screenshot and it gave the exact location where they lived. And they didn't redact any of that information. They even put the name of the detective who was investigating it. And they didn't redact anything. So when I saw that screenshot, I took it and I redacted all the information and I put it up specifically to show this is what you need to redact. But it was too late. But the thing is, 12 hours prior to that, have a guess what? What did Wumble Gob 2 do? She went, I've got all her information. And if I wanted to, I could put out it, but I don't do things like that. So I'm not like that. I don't want to endanger people. 12 hours later, suddenly the screenshot appears. Interesting, don't you think? And then, lo and behold, yours truly comes into the sights of the Krampons. All right? And you got Lisa go, she coughs more than I fucking do. Right? She's like, yeah. And that sperm tumor, that sperm tumor. Yeah. And then Troy goes, yeah, I know his real name. I have his information. And I actually listened to that part and I went, yeah, I know my name as well. I can remember my mum and dad giving it to me when I was fucking born. You absolute buffoon. Right? And I actually named it by some famous individuals. Yes. But anyway, so they carry on. Yeah. You know. Tori, are you okay? Information. Yes, we have information. Lo and behold, this sudden anonymous post appears on Facebook. And I don't know if someone pointed it out to me or someone said anything. They went, you better go and have a look at this. And I went, what? And I went and looked and I went, what am I looking at? And it was a picture, because the thing is, what I found quite interesting, it was someone mentioned something about Germany, and there was a unit, it was a Royal Engineer unit in Germany, in Hammond. And because obviously I was on someone else's platform when I spoke when I was stationed in Germany, they assumed that I was this individual. So they did a Google search, or went on the interwebs, and basically you can see the list of my name, but none of it was right. None of it was correct. None of those two people they doxed was correct. I was more pissed off the fact that they actually doxed someone else. If they would have doxed me, I'd have went, fucking good on you. Well fucking done. Here's a smartie. Get yourself another one. But no. And I know for a fact it was them, because they were the ones who had the information, right? They admitted that. But here's the thing. Why would you mention someone's full name in your live stream if you didn't want other people to go and do the dirty work for you and then get it wrong? Yeah. Think about it. And that's how they do it. That's why you see all this bullshittery going on Facebook where, the flu's, yeah, that's what you've got. So that is incitement. I rest my case, Your Honor. There you go. So if all you have to do is just step out of the box, look at the information, dissect it, separate it, file it, and then wait, and then you will get another one. And then what you do, you start doing this, dissect it, file it, do that, and after, and Dirt knows what I'm talking about. And what you then do, you take the evidence and you get this big board, and then right at the top you put the main players, and then you get a little piece of string, and then you connect that to the next picture, and then you connect that to the next picture, you connect that to the next picture. And if you got something branching off to someone else, then you connect a different colored string, and you connect that, and you connect, and you connect, and you connect, and you connect, and then you will have the pattern. Done. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling? Yeah. Oh my God, doing that gave me a bloody doing that. I shall. Right. And and a little side note, right? Deuce Boy, BBB, bubbles, pleb, space monkey, right? He's sitting on their platform. He's sitting on their platform, right? And he's complaining about me burping. And that night, I deliberately, right? You can ask anyone. I deliberately sat on my stream and I deliberately burped. I deliberately went like that with my mouth. And I was doing everything, sneezing, coughing. And he sat on that platform a couple of days later and he went, that spawn trooper, his bodily function, the orifices, he's coughing, sneezing and blubbering and farting and da-da-da. And I went, hang on a minute. How would he know if I farted? I'm a silent killer when it comes to farts. I let them come out really slowly. It's like one of these, like one of them. And he sat on that platform and oh god, I mean, like, guys, come on, you can set your clock to these idiots. But on that note, I'm going to go and make myself a coffee. You talk amongst yourselves. Be nice now. Ow, my back. Right, let me tell you something. Let me give you an insight of the type of person I am. Right, you've got a wolf pack. Right, in that wolf pack, right at the front, you will have the injured, the old. Okay, right, and they'll be leading that pack. Well, they'll be lead head, right? After that, you will have the young, the strong, yeah, and there'll be a separation, right? After that, you'll have the families, the children, the mothers, and all that, yeah. After that, you will have another pack of young, strong, all that crap, and then right at the back, you will have the lead wolf, the alpha wolf, right? And there'll be one or two, male, female, it doesn't matter, but you'll have the alphas at the end, okay? And that's the way I play my game every day. I'm always at the back watching. I'm always observing. I'm listening. And wait a minute, while he's gone, I have a little known fact about Spawn. He may or may not have been born with a tail. Wait, what? What? He is Satan. I have been. Yes, right, okay, whatever. Yeah. And there's something else about big tail. I hate you. I've got a big tail. It's called a man sausage, mate. Hear that? I'm just taking it out. That's how it is. Oh, there comes the rest of it. Anyway, and you know something else? You know when you've got a lot of money, or suddenly you come into money, what are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? You're going to spend it. You're going to go and, splash out, aren't you? So why would you spend money on an Airbnb in Maine, right, and then make out that it's your personal property when when there's a fire extinguisher? I mean, like, the only time someone puts a fire extinguisher in their house is if they're so clumsy, right? Even the dog knows how to do it better, right? So yeah, that's what, and also something else. You come after me about your marriage and divorce and all that crap, right? And then you put the link out that I have had from day one when I researched that idiot. You can't make this shit up, right? And what you did, you went, oh, okay then, and I've made a video of that, and yeah. But the fact that I don't think you expected me to find so much information within 5 minutes. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. What do you want? What do you want? Go and get some food. Go on, go and get some food. Yeah, yeah. It's Nimrod. Hi, right? And the fact that he, oh god, I can't even. And it didn't even take me that long, and then the truth came out. You know, but like I said, I don't, I don't, yeah, give a shit what he thinks anyway. Oh, you're going. Wait a minute. My dear Teddy Bear, I have been looking up on towers of London, and no, thank you. You have seen how... Oh, they're not that high. They're not that high. Yeah, you'll be okay, and you can't go up them anyway. You can go... There's certain places you can go into, but you can't go up there. No. I know for a fact you can't go up on them. Nope. Doesn't matter. It was actually an Airbnb, right, Ian? It was definitely an Airbnb, because if you have if you are 30 minutes away from any fire station, right, then you should have fire extinguishers on, at least minimum 2 fire extinguishers on the outside, right, or 3 on the outside, and that's basically facing east, west, and south. No, it's not. It's east, south, and west. Yeah, there you go. Right. So basically, the way your doors face, or the way your front door is facing, because like you have fire extinguishers on the inside and a fire blanket, and also 3 fire extinguishers. So you've got one on one side, one on the right hand side, and one on the front. So you've got like white, red. No, red's back. Right. So you've got white, yellow, green. Yeah. No, black, yellow, green. But anyway, that's by and by. The fact of the matter is that like that was an Airbnb, because they filmed a sign and it said there, guests, in case of a fire, guests are to use this fire extinguisher. But either way, it doesn't matter. They had the money for it, and I doubt very much it was theirs, because it was Spartan. If that was my personal property, I would have pictures of my family and my wife, my kids all over the place. But there was none of that. Oh, and is it me, or pardon me, by the way, is it me, or did anyone else notice that Lynette wants to go on a cruise? Who's paying for that? Oh yeah, I know who's paying for that. You are. That's who's paying for that. That's who's paying for that. Well, we can get them. What's that? What's that blow up? We can get them like a little kayak and put them in there, and then put them on a river. There you go. There's your cruise. Have a good day. Nice flowing, easy flowing river, so they can paddle down it. And then you get someone at the bottom just to make sure that when they arrive, that they got help to take the boat out of the water. Yeah, or find a pond, get a paddle boat, with the old swan, put that on there, let them like paddle around. There's your cruise. Sorry, what did they mention, Cynthia? Good morning, She Nemesis. Welcome to the stream again. Oh, the fleas mentioned it as well. Yeah, but Lynette actually posted it in. I tell you really can't make this up. I swear to God, there must be something in the water over there. Yeah. Dingleboy twins, good morning. Make sure it's got big. No. Not if you got a little one on there. I had to take a phone call. What did I miss? Oh, Belinda, you missed it. You missed it really big. Oh, someone came in and they offered me 1.2 million, for my story. They wanted to invite Marlin and Aussie Jen over to the States, and so you missed a lot. Oh shit. Oh, so the 2 fleas mentioned it as well, then Cynthia, right? Well, that makes sense. They're all fucking. I mean, if you think about it, let me see if I got. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I got it. No, let me see if I got it. hang on a minute. Let me just check something. Oh yeah, hang on a minute. I'm just trying to find. No, I can't find it. Crap. No, I can't find it. Is it this one? No. Oh, okay. Did I ever show you a picture of? Did I ever show you this? You know when Lynette has been hang on a minute. I need to 1 second. I need to redact some stuff on this one. 1 second. I want to show you something. Let me redact some stuff here first. We don't want. God, I'm so good. Right, you know that I don't fuck around when it comes to facts, yeah? Right, so pardon my French. Hi, Ali. Right, so explain this one to me. We all know, right? They go on about, like Bruce likes to call her Lynette and everything else. Her birth name on her birth certificate states Lynette Michelle Lacey, whatever, or Alexis or something like that. Right? So in 2013, you would think that she would be using her name. Well, not anywhere close to it. She used 4 different names. So explain this to me. If she's with John Cook, if she's with John Cook, 2014, why is she using the name Michelle Carriados and signs? And that's not a signature, by the way. That's signing, together, and that's not. So there's not that much difference. You know why? Because she hasn't used that. She doesn't use that as a signature. So explain that. Explain that. Just saying. And as you saw on our screens, there's a lot. There's 3 folders. Oh, yes. 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 See, I don't mind people seeing my screen. There's nothing there that will give anything away. Nope. No, her real name is Lynette Michelle. That's her real name, not a Preston. No. Barbara. So Cariados is not. That's a name from when she was married. That's one of her married names. So why is she using a complete different type of name? All right. I'll tell you why. Because I bet you any money she keeps the marriage certificates, but doesn't show people the divorce certificate. So that means she technically, and this is allegedly, if wanted to, right, could technically use any name she wanted to. That's allegedly, though. But then again, I don't really give a crap because we already know what the score is with her. So we already know that. I think her maiden name was Barbara, but I'm just speculating. I can't remember. She's got so many blinking surnames. Actual fact, what am I talking about? I've actually got stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. I'll tell you what. Hang on a minute. There you go, like that. In college, yes. In school, she was called Barbara. That's her maiden name. In school. And she didn't use her first name, Lynette. She used her second name, Michelle. And her name on her birth certificate and driving license are the same. It's Lynette Michelle Lacey A. Alexi or something, but it's Lynette Michelle are her real names. And her surname is Barber. Barber. Baba. Ba 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 baby ba 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 baby ba ba. Right, let's have a look at something else. I had it somewhere here. Oh, I just noticed something. Oh, interesting. She got divorced in April 2007 in Iowa. I missed that part. I must have missed that bit. Oh, naughty me. Yeah, I need to go through my screenshots again. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't really care about her. I really don't care about her. I don't care about any of them, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, it's not just that. It's the thing is, it's like if you use, like you know as well as I do, if you use multiple aliases, right, you'll start losing track of where you are. So basically, if you use one alias, then another one in two different places, right? When someone goes looking, they're going to go looking for one person, but they're not going to find it because no one knows that name. So if you don't know that they know different names, then you're going to move on to, and it's like if it'll be potluck really. So that means like this is why you when you go and ask people questions, oh, do you know this person called Lynette so and so? You show a picture before and after because like don't forget she looked different 10 years ago than she does now. I mean, she looks completely different on her driving license than she did when she was holding that meerkat or that cat, right? And she looks completely different in those two pictures than she did when there was a picture of her standing in a house that looked like a bomb's hit it. So people's appearance changes, and that's what she's done. She's changed her appearance. Look at when it all started, right? First she had light hair, then she had dark hair, then she had long hair, then she had short hair. So hi Roy. It's very easy for people, to. I want to know when Harley was last to see the real doctor for complete physical. Say, she might have looked up Google 6 months 1 year treatment. She's 5 now. Wait a minute. What? Looked up Google 6 months. Do you know, in regards to that, Nina, you've got a good point. I mean, that's already been mentioned. I mean, like I said, someone put out so many screenshots, and there was a lot about, and even Megan covered it about, people confronting Lynette about what she was saying about the child. And when they said, and then when they questioned it, they were like, well, hang on a minute. What did Lynette do? Gone. The only way you're going to find out the truth about that child is if a blood relative somehow gets legal rights to go and talk to the doctors. Because don't forget, you got the Hippo Act and everything else where doctors can't give out personal information on anybody, even if it's a child. It has to be to a parent. I don't think that I think she's been playing that game for so long. She's so used to lying that she's been saying her child's got, because looking at that child, she didn't look like she had anything on her waist, or she didn't look like, unhealthy, so to speak. She seemed quite bubbly. Thanks to Biscuit Boy, by the way. We should thank Biscuit Boy for putting that video up, because now we saw, right, multiple times that child being a child, and yeah. So my question is, if you're so big about keeping people away from your child, why is it that all these people were allowed to be around her for multiple days? And I don't believe a word. And also, someone posted a document from a hospital or doctors on Facebook. You could tell that was fabricated. You could tell that was fake. Do you know how easy it is to go online, look for certificates and headed paper, and stuff like that? Pay a couple of bucks, and then suddenly you got the template, and bang, you've got your own certificate machine, and you can make certificates for people. Come on, play the other one. But does anyone remember the psychological evaluation on Lynette? Anyone remember that? 1 second, I'm going to blow my nose. Don't want to upset people, do we? Actually, on that point, excuse me for a second, and then I'm going to refresh. Think about it. Think about what that psychiatrist or that therapist stated about Lynette. Oh, so you saw that as well, Nina? Yeah, because here's the thing. Now, please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Right? I believe that every person who's got psychological or mental health issues should seek and should receive the treatment they need to fix whatever needs fixing. Right? People are going. You've got individuals going, "Oh, Munchausen, oh this and that," just to give themselves a little bit of clout on their streams. Me, I don't really give a crap. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, why wasn't there any type of evaluation made during the adoption? Why was the adoption so surreal? It just didn't feel right. Pandemic or not, it just didn't feel right. Right? Why is it that this whole situation has now been going on for 2 years? There's enough evidence to prove that she's been using that child for different ways. Every time there's been a grift, you have that child in the picture. Every time. Right? And then suddenly the fleas use this whole situation to get at Jeremy and attack him. Not just the fleas, but swamp lizard and frog face. Okay, and this is what I was saying before. They're trying to distract everyone from the actual court case, so people won't actually put pressure on people, or like Bruce, for example, who's been lying through his teeth. And there's a bombshell coming about that, Sunshine. Oh, there's a bombshell coming about that one. That I can assure you of. All right. Now, here's the thing. Shara, bless her cotton socks, she puts out all this evidence and she shows people, look, this is what's happened. This is, don't forget, she was a passenger in that bus. Okay, bless her socks. I mean, I judged her as well, but that's in the past. I've seen so much good and so much come from Shara. I think she deserves a bloody medal. So she's putting out this information and this evidence. She suddenly gets a threat. Someone makes a threat towards her and her child. Okay, and rightly so, contacts the police. Rightly so. Right? And I hope the police actually do their job. Right? But that doesn't deter her. She carries on putting that information out. Now you've got Jeremy, who's putting out facts. Now you've got Shara putting out facts. You've got people like me showing people the proof and facts and evidence. Right? But it's like we all live in our own reality. All of us, we're all in our own bubble of reality. And then you have to go through a door, through some sort of pipeline, and then you come into the fantasy world. That's what it feels like with this whole situation. And right in between, you've got the court cases. Now, I don't think even after the federal court case, from the way I've been listening and I've been watching, I think the manure is going to hit the fan after all this is settled, after all these cases. I don't think it's going to be over yet. I think that there's people going to be on the line, and the fleas are definitely going to be part of them. They're definitely going to be in court, and they're definitely going to be defending themselves for what they've done, because what they've done is basically a character assassination. And I hope, and I really do hope, that everything they've done gets thrown back at them and is used as evidence. And if they think by doing what they're doing, or like other people trying to distract or deflect or whatever, it's not going to work. In the last 6 months, I have seen so much being put up on the internet. If you typed any of their names, Bruce, Tamara, Lisa, anyone, you type their name in Google, you'll get shitloads. It's all out there now. It's all out there. And I know for a fact that, I to be honest with you, I haven't done any more research on Deuce Boy because he's not worth my time. He's not worth my time. And the fact that I know, and yes, he has been doing court cases in between. And yes, you can tell that he's been doing court cases because he makes mistakes, like copy and paste. He's not built for this case. He is not experienced enough for this case. He may have done 20 plus years as a lawyer. And this is why Jeremy is happy, because he's getting a free lawyer. Bruce is doing everything for him. And I totally agree. And it's a thumbs up from me. But when it comes down to it, you have to see the black and white. You have to see the day and night. You have to see the right and wrong. And one thing I can tell you right now, I don't want to be in their shoes. I really don't. I don't know that much about American law. But one thing I do know is that the next time I'm sitting here and my pretty's here, you're gonna, yeah. You've probably already heard about it, but you're gonna hear it. And here's another thing. Funny you say that, Lisa. No one wants to rectify it. Do you know why the mediation was stopped? Because it would never work. There wouldn't be there's no way on this planet mediation now would work. And the reason being, and I'm talking about between Jeremy, George, and Lynette and John, right? We're not talking about anyone else. And the reason it won't work are for two reasons. One, the involvement of the Krampons and Swamp Lizard and Jabba Hoot, right? That's one. You can't, Bone Crusher, don't worry about him. He's just an old poor guy who's been thrown in his garage and can't get back in the house, right? Don't worry about him. That's one. What did I say? Yeah, that's one. And two, too little, too late. If they would have done this in the first couple of months when all this was kicking off, before the Krampons and the Swamp Lizard got involved, if they would have sat down and go, okay, we've got the cease and desist, let's try a mediation. Right? Let's try to stop this from happening. Me personally, I think it would have worked. I think if they had sat down and they had a mediator there with the council and everyone else, and they all sat down with a judge in the room and said, look, let's sort this out. I personally think it would have worked to an extent, because I think that when it comes to Lynette, I do think that she's got some sort of psychological issue. Learning difficulty, I don't know. I'm not, don't quote me, it's allegedly, it's something I've noticed, right? And I do believe that she needs that intervention. She needs someone to sit down with her and talk to her and evaluate her, right? At the end of the day, guys, we may not like her or dislike her or, or discuss her behavior, but she's still a human being. And she still has that human right to be treated as a human being, even if she's wrong. And even though her actions are wrong, she still needs to be treated like a human being. This is why, right, I don't hate any of them. I can't stand them, but, but I do believe that, right at the beginning, yes, no. And that's why, because it's too little too late. I would have never, ever gone into the room with anybody after all this. And you know who's to blame? The Krampons. Because they have had a personal vendetta and a character assassination from day one, even before they jumped on this bandwagon. They've had a problem with Jeremy from years ago, because Jeremy's had interaction with Robbie. Even the two, I can't remember the two younguns who helped Jeremy out with his storage things. Even they've down there, and they've been on swamp, get swamped. This is years ago. And then something happened, and that was it. And the thing is, a lot of people forget that Jeremy is the type of person, if he doesn't want any more contact or interaction with someone, gone, done. And I don't blame him. He's a businessman. He's got a lot to lose, and he's not going to allow anyone to jeopardize that. So, and that's the reason why he is fighting the way he's fighting, and good on him. I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect, but good on him, and he's going to win this. I've heard people go, "Oh, he's not going to win nothing. He's not going to win." Yeah, he's going to win this, and not just him. When DIY guy and everyone else do their countersuits, there you go, Patience and Christian. Yeah, when they do their countersuits, good luck, good luck. Right, from what I've seen, I estimate that now on that property, on Purgatory property, I would say there's probably between 6 and 8 cameras. There's 2 at the gate, and there's definitely, and the rest of them are spread around the property, attached to trees and poles, and I've already shown you where some of the cameras are. But here's the thing: why would you need so many cameras? That there is a sign of paranoia. So that's why CPS should go, well, hang on a minute. All this is going on. Do your research. Look what's happened over the last 2 years, and then go, Hi, sweet fly. Welcome back. That's not normal behavior of a parent. And the fact that, like, even on the phone call, that Shara, the video from Shara, you could hear Lynette shouting at that child. When you continuously shout at a child, what happens to that child? Anybody? I'll wait for your answers. I shall wait. Because I know there's a delay. I know there's a... So tell me, what do you call it when someone is always continuously shouting at a child? What happens to that child? I don't think Jeremy's got that many cameras. I think he's got about 4, 5, 6 or so to protect his property. And he's legally entitled to it, just like they are. They're legally entitled to it. But why do they need that many? And the thing is, the cameras are more situated looking at the road, who's driving up and down the road, than it is when it comes to their property. Patty Oxism, Patty, verbal abuse. Besides verbal abuse, what else is there? What else is it? When you continuously shout at a child. Yes, a child will copy. Yeah, I mean, if you listen to when they were removing Lloyd's stuff, are you a YouTuber? And she was what, 4.5, 5 years old, and she's asking a grown ass adult, "Are you a YouTuber?" Oh, really? Well, that would go down well. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to systematically, right, dig themselves out of a hole they can't get out of. It's mental abuse. There you go. So verbal abuse, mental abuse, one more thing missing. Instead of physically disciplining a child, what are they doing? There you go. Yeah. My old man used to shout, and my old man used to give us a good clip around here. He had hands like shovels, right? And we got both verbal and physical. But I tell you one thing: has it made me a shouter? Has it made me an abuser of my daughter? No. My daughter was brought up by me just using my assertive voice. Like I told you about the stereo. She threw a wobbler. I walked in, unplugged it, and cut the plug off. But she did get a new stereo anyway, right? My daughter, I'm gonna tell you something like I don't usually talk about. My daughter is a vet, and I think she was going into zoology at some point. But she's a vet, and she's a mother herself, and she can look after herself. That I can assure you of. Oh yes, right now. Here's what's going to happen with that child if the CPS and people don't step in now. Right, that 5-year-old, by the time she's 8, 7, 8, 9, I can tell you right now, because Lynette doesn't know how to bring that child up because she's doing everything wrong. I can tell you right now, and any mother in here who's had a child, okay, will know what I'm saying. Is by the time that child is 7, 8 years old, Lynette's going to be 66, 67. She will not be able to control that child because that child, right, is not getting the love, the support, and the education that she needs. She's not allowed to be a child because there's no other children around her. So what do you think what do you think that girl's going to turn into if she doesn't get the help now? What do you think she's going to turn into? Now, I don't care about other YouTubers, I'm talking about as a parent. Because I'll tell you one thing, when my daughter was 7, 8 years old, and due to the fact that obviously, when she was growing up, we were very adamant about teaching her the right way straight away, right? About, thank you, please, yes, no. There was no, none of this, yes, sir, no, ma'am. We don't do that in our household, right? And if you take your shoes off, you put them up. You don't just throw them around you. But if you take your jacket off, you hang it up. If it's wet, you put it in the bathroom so it can drip dry. And then go to your room, get out of your school clothes and get into your house clothes and stuff like that. And she learned that from early days. And that sometimes when she was doing her homework, I would help her out. And even after she'd done her homework, she would want to do some reading. I went, okay, then. So I would sit on the couch. She would cuddle up with me, and then I'd hold the book, and then she would read it, and then she would change the page, and then she would carry on reading it. Right? And we did that all the time. And then sometimes I would get cartoon films, or I'd get films that are like for children, and I'd put the subtitles on. And that's why she was able to learn to speak different languages. She can speak 3 different languages. My daughter. A child needs interaction continuously until they are old enough to realize what's right and wrong, what's good and bad, and where to walk away or stand your ground. And they also need to learn a sport as well, because if you can control the energy in that child when they're young, right? One, you're giving them something they may or may want to do or may not want to do. But what you're doing, you're controlling the energy as well. So you can see if your child is able to think off her feet quickly, or he or she, and stuff like that. That little girl spends all day in a cesspool, right, with people who are disgusting to say the least. Now it's inboxed with a fence, so she's not going to see any interaction. All she's going to see is the inside of that fence. So why is the CPS not stepping in? And this has been going on for a while now. Why is no one stepping in? Why is no one paying attention to that? Why is no one, I mean, we already know that the Krampons and the swamp lizard, right? If swamp lizard's got a son, I think, apparently, or a daughter, one or two, right? He needs a snip or wear a Durex. Anyway, but have you noticed how much they care about that child? How much they talk about that child? They only talk about that child whenever people do. And they only talk about that child as like an object. They don't talk about the child as a human being. Now, look, I don't know what happened with her biological parents. I know that like there was rugs involved in that. But the thing is, that child has a loving family out there who care about her and who tried and are trying everything they can. So why is the CPS, why aren't the Lever County Sheriff's Department, why aren't the district attorney, why aren't the courts doing something about this? Why? Why are they allowing this to continue? Why? That's the questions people should ask. Instead of concentrating on people that you've fallen out with or you don't like or you don't agree on, right? Put your ego to one side. And this is a generic message to everybody. Put your ego to one side, right? And instead of looking at yourself in the mirror and going, "Oh, how beautiful you are," no, you're not beautiful. You're just disgusting, right? You should be digging in and you should be asking questions. There should be continuous questions being asked about why are the CPS? Why is no one dealing with this? Why is this child being institutionalized? Because that's what's happening. That child is being institutionalized by the one person who should be looked at because of her behavior. The only time that child has any interaction with any other human beings is when they go to the flea market or you got Biscuit Boy running around or you got people building stuff. That was the only interaction she's had with other human beings. That is why when you saw her when they were building that fence and when Biscuit Boy, she lit up like a Christmas. She was lit up like a star. But when there's no one around, listen to the phone calls. Listen to everything. Listen to the phone call. That's when no one's around. The child is upset. The child's bored. Lynette's threatening to God knows what. Or punch you in the mouth or something like that. But when there's people around, she's lit up like a star. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove to me that I'm wrong about that analysis. But everyone wants to sit on this platform and try to get themselves lots of money and shit like that. But no one actually thinks about stepping out of the box and actually looking at this from a different perspective and go, do you know what? Actual fact, you have got a bloody good point there. And that's just a child. I mean, everything else is an absolute foobar. The thing is, like, I don't want anyone to contact anyone. And if you do, that's off your own back. I'm not telling anyone to contact anyone. What I'm trying to say is this. You can tell what's going on with that child, and she's only 5. And the thing is, the evidence was given to us by them. No one driving past or anything else. I mean, at the end of the day, that's a public road. He can drive up and down that any way he likes. Christ, he can drive down that standing on his roof in boxer shorts singing yippee-ki-yay, look at my bum. Right? And he can do that legally. Well, police will probably not stop him because he's on the roof. But anyway, that's by and by. But the fact of the matter is, right, the reason he films is because of what's happened. Transparency, accountability, and basic evidence. And they think, and they keep on calling him harassing and stalking. He's not. So what happens if other people drive up and down that? I bet you any money they've got videos saved of every single car that's gone past, right? And they just wait to see if there's a car that looks like Jeremy's or like George's, and they go, there you go. But it's not about that. It's about that. It's about looking at the facts, right? And if you start looking at the facts, you'll start seeing more. If you start like pushing away the bullshittery and not looking at the people who whine and sit on there going, oh dear, oh yeah, I'll go and follow, go and do. No, look at the facts. Simple as. I don't care if people agree with me or not. I don't care if people like me or not. I don't really care. But what I do care about are the facts and the truth. And right now, I'm not showing you anything because I don't have to. I am pointing you to certain things that you should do your own research on. Because if you watch these videos and you watch that child, you'll notice that when that child is around her and around him, right, the child is sad, depressed, and is crying or is upset. But when you see other people, she is like it's like a shining star running around, happy, because she can interact with other people. I mean, look, I don't agree with that picture with Crowbag One, right, and that child in the car. But look at the face of the child. Look at that smile. Try to block out that one, but look at the child's smile. That is genuine happy. That's happiness. And if you are a parent and you've got children, then you will know what I am saying. If you don't have children, why not? But anyway, that's beside the point. In fact, but here's the thing. You can see difference between day and night. Listen to all the phone calls where you can hear Lynette saying something to the child. Why is she calling her child of a 5-year-old girl mama? Mama. Why? Why the hell are you calling a child mama or mama? And why take her original name and change it to what you like? Why has she got so many different names? This court case and that child are the two important things here. I don't care about anyone. I don't care about any of these other platforms who are trying to do whatever they want to get fame or clout or whatever. I really do not give two ratses. I don't. I don't even care about myself. But what I do care about is that people need to pay attention to these two topics: the child and the court case. What's being said by the individuals on both sides and what is being said by neutral parties like Tug and like Megan and like Sarah, right? They are and Shizzy Wiz, they are the four important points of contact to get factual information. I'm just putting up what I see and why my opinion and the truth and the facts with evidence. That's what I do. And that's what I'm going to continue to do until this case is over. And when this case is over, I probably might go into, talk about British law, British situations happening over here in the UK. So basically you guys over there can, but get the facts, not what the narrative, the news narrative give you, right? Because they like to give you a different narrative. But you guys need to start doing your own research, because like one day you'll come in here and I'm talking about something and you go, oh yeah, funny you say that. I did some research, and that corresponds with that and that falls into place with that and that and that. Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah. And then you'll start seeing that pattern. You'll start getting the picture. Because right now there are so many people out there using fake accounts, using troll accounts, using anonymous postings and stuff like that, trying to have flaps will travel. Yeah. And God, have flaps will travel. And basically, I forgot what I'm saying now. And this is called deflection, subterfuge, right? They will try to use different things and different ways to confuse you and take you off the track. And they've done it to quite a lot of people. I've actually watched some streams where people have actually got things wrong. I'm not going to say who, when, where, what, but yeah. And there was one night I nearly said something that was wrong, but just before I said it, I clicked on a screenshot that I had, and then I read it, and I was like, "Oh crap! I nearly mentioned that," and then I didn't. Then I just mentioned something else. So Cat Fi, is it Cat Fi? Cat Florida? All right, Cat. So you wait a minute. I recognize your name. Where do I recognize your name from? Is it from Expert? I recognize your name from. I live in Levy County, Florida, and the Department of Children and Family is a huge joke here. That is why the child is still on the property. I grew up here, and it was always been that way. Yeah. Then someone or something needs to do something about that. Then there needs to be a new state governor or someone with authority. Then someone needs to get into the position where they can change things. Because by the looks of it, and I'm quite shocked, I'm still a little bit taken back by this, is the fact that you've got those issues. Whereas in other cities and other towns, you got CPS and the police knocking on everyone's door. Oh, we're doing a welfare check because the next door neighbour phoned up because they had a child. I mean, hell, there's even a video where the CPS and police turned up at a guy's house while he was working on a mini, right? And they thought someone was screaming, a child was screaming. It turns out to be a freaking parrot. But they'll go and do that. They'll go and knock on people, if it's a racial thing or I don't care. It doesn't matter, right? But they'll go and do, you get all these people acting like they can do what they like. They can knock on you, come on your property and dictate to you about your children because, this is what. No, it's not. If my child was still the same age as HG and someone knocked on my door right now, I would tell them to walk away in small jerky movements. And I'd probably even help them off the property. She's my flesh and blood. She's my child. She's my angel. So therefore, she will get the 100 full protection from her big daddy. And I am big. And I'm not just saying that. I've accepted my fate many years ago. You come anywhere near my family or my children, you will not like the result. You will not like my resolve. That I can assure you of. And the fact that Florida has such disregard of child safety and policing and everything else, they've got cameras in their cars. Why don't they have body cameras for one? The CPS, they're more interested about mosquitoes than they are about that child. You're standing right there. You can see the property. All the police, sheriffs, the police that have been to that property, why aren't they making statements of the state and the condition of that property? What you're doing, you are watching someone who are actually legally homeless, living on a property, and they've got a barnuminium only feet away from a caravan that they can turn into a home. They can build rooms inside there. Anything you can build in there, you could put in there, even storage above it. So why haven't they done that? And it's been 2 years. And then suddenly the fleas start getting money. Turn a barnuminium into a home. I find that quite strange because I'm sure that I mentioned that months ago. And so did other people on other people's streams. Mentioned that. Why aren't they doing this? I even put it up on my stream and I showed pictures of what it looks like when people build inside those and they build those rooms and you're richly building a house within a house. I am so sick and tired of repeating myself. But the fact of the matter is, I called it. I've said it. And then you got Levy County. I think there should be a petition. I think someone needs to start a petition. And this time I am saying someone needs to start a petition and get this sorted, because what happens, God forbid, What happens if someone contacts the CPS and the police about something multiple times and they just go blasé and they just bluff it off of nothing, and then the unfortunate thing happens? And then suddenly you got the county coroner standing there. And the county coroner turns around to the Levy County Sheriff's Department and the CPS say, why was nothing done about this? Why did it end up in this result? That there should not happen. That shouldn't be happening. And before that happens, people need to step up and go, we need a petition. We need to sort this out. The Levy County needs to be put on the spot. They need to explain why they're not doing their job. And that goes for the CPS as well. Now, like I said, when it comes to petition, anyone can do a petition. Yeah. Okay. Anyone's entitled to even I can make a petition. But when it comes to contacting them, that's up to you. That's not, I'm not asking anyone to do that. But when it comes to the petition, anyone can do that. And I think that should be done. But not just because of one child, but because of all those children. Every single child that lives in that county should be protected and should have that protection. And the thing is, CPS shouldn't go in there like, stomping in there like the Wehrmacht, but they need to assess and then check the situation. Petition, get it public, go to the newspapers. That's what I would do. I'll be very honest with you. If I lived over there and I saw this happening, I'd be walking straight into Channel 20. I went, right, here's what's going on. Bang, 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 bang. Do you have proof? There you go. Right. Thank you very much. Because if Channel 20 are going to turn up about what happened then, I think they would. I think they, when it came to the town hall and everything else, I think they may be. Yeah. And the fact that, like, it's already been mentioned that the board committee of Connecticut and Florida have already been contacted because of a professional lawyer, a lawyer. I don't even know how to say that properly, actually. Lawyer. There you go. Anyway, Kat, welcome. Nice to see you here. And that's the biggest thing. The thing is, if you've got an organization or you've got a department that is responsible to do the job and they are unwilling or incapable of doing that job, then you need to get someone in, what do you call it? Then you need to get someone in who is capable and able to do that job. I mean, to be honest with you, if I lived in the States and, I saw this going on, I would move down to Otter Creek and I would actually go to Germany and say, right, give me some of your property. I'll pay you off each month. I'll build a freaking big house there. And trust me, when you see that house, it'll look like a castle. And I would be down at that courthouse and wherever they are, and I'll be petitioning every day because something needs to happen. And it's not just because it's not... HG has brought the spotlight on this. And through everything that's happened, we now know that the Levy County, not all of them, I mean, Corporal Gregory, I like him. He's fantastic. He deserves a medal, right? And there's a couple of other police officers who I like, right? But Levy County Sheriff's Department need to be checked. That Sheriff Britton who ran for the Sheriff of Levy County, he's the one that you want as a sheriff. He's the one that you want in that county as a sheriff because I think he will clean that place up, right? And then clean them up. Get them body cameras. Like a setup for body cameras doesn't cost that much. Dirt, are you still here? Big Dirt. Step forward, front and center. Exxon Mark II Exxon cameras don't cost that much. The whole system doesn't cost that much. The camera you're looking at probably, $100, $150 each camera. And if you've got 20 cops, right? Okay, the cameras are going to cost. The recharge and the download system is already it's already together. So when you put that camera in the recharge slot, right? It automatically downloads any of the footage and it puts it on a hard drive, or it puts it on a hard system, right? Because that means you can actually go in and then you can do, right? So they can't bullshit a bullshit. There's no way that they, with that money. But at the same time, vehicles, upgrade your vehicles. Upgrade everything in your vehicles. Make sure that you got a wide lens camera instead of just a normal lens. Therefore, you'll see more. Right? Make sure that the microphones, or get one of the head cameras. All this stuff can be done. 20 million? What are they doing? Buying a tank? Do you know, if I was 20 years or 30 years younger, and I was still in the military, and I had the opportunity to become a cop over in the States, I would take it up. I would do it. I would have done it. In hindsight, I would have done it. But they would have hated me. I'd turn up to a scene. What's going on? Oh, yeah, she said this. What did you say? Oh, he said that. Right, you're both going to jail. What? Yeah. Why? Because I said so. I would fill up those jails quicker than you can think. But then again, that's me. I don't mean any disrespect, but there's something seriously going on. I think your chemtrails need checking. I think your chemtrails over there need checking. I think they're putting too much of that stuff in the chemtrails, or something's happening. I don't know. Oh yeah, and that's yeah, cat. Jeremy definitely, like, at first it was under the microscope, but then Jeremy went, nope, here we go. This is what's going on, and I'm glad he did that. I'm glad he actually brought that to light, because now they've got no curtain to hide behind. Oh, sorry, I keep on forgetting when I cough. I mute myself, and I forget to unmute myself. I'm sorry. But it's and one thing I am going to say, and it's a shame that, like, my pretty's not here. Hang on a minute, I just been sent something. Wait. Sorry. So I've just been messaged. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they're informants because if they are, they're really crap at it. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh shit. Oh well. Not my problem. Let them play with each other. That's all I'm saying. Now, where's Nimrod? Well, rugs. Yeah, I'm like the thing. There's certain things I'm not going to discuss on here. I don't care what, but I do care about that child, and I care about the system, and it needs to be looked into. It needs to be looked at. What's Cynthia? Cynthia Sponsory. Do you think that Liner and Cook are informants? The reason sheriff's not doing it. I think the reason the sheriffs are not doing anything is because it's a civil thing. It's a he said, she said. And every department or every police department or police unit or whatever will look at a situation differently. You can have a call, you can turn up, and basically two people have argued. So what you do, you turn around and say, right, and then you have one officer take one person away, never else take the other one away, listen to what they've got to say, and then they'll swap. And then once they swap, they'll try to keep one party away, and they'll probably put one party in a car, not arrested, but just detained, just to keep them out. And then they'll talk to each other and say, like, okay, right, it's not a domestic, it's just a verbal argument, this is that. So alcohol is involved, right? What do we do? Okay, we'll just take one, put them in a tank for a couple of hours, let them sober up, or take them somewhere else, ask them if they got somewhere else they can go for the night, and if they have, they would drop them off there, bang, done, right? But then you've got Lynette and Cook who are idiots, to say the least. And the thing is, they are phoning up. Now, this is what I can't understand. They are continuously phoning the sheriffs up on every single thing. Now, what I can't understand, why is the actual sheriff not going down there and say, right, listen, you have called us so many times about certain things. Ding, doing, doing, doing. Certain things and actually put a stop to it. Because here's the thing. While you're phoning up, whining about someone driving past you on a public road, okay. Now, if I was Jeremy, I'll just drive past. Keep the camera on, keep it pointing that direction just in case something happens. But just drive. Don't have the window down. It's a bit antagonizing. It's a bit pressing, but the thing is, at the end of the day, he's legally entitled to drive down that road. He's legally right to do so. But the thing is, when they're calling the sheriff's department on every single thing, right, they're not just wasting the time of the sheriff's department, but they're also endangering other people. Because what happens is someone's trying to get through. Yeah, I'm not saying it's just one line, but I'm just saying, well, one person's dealing with them. What if they get like a major incident? And if Dirt was here, he could tell you, when you get a major incident, the phones are off the hook. You're richly taking hundreds of phone calls, right, continuously. You're going, hello, 911. Right, okay, you're typing everything down. Okay, thank you very much. Bye. Click, down. Next one, hello, 911. What is your emergency? Bang, done. Next one, 911, your emergency. That's how it goes. It's bang, 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 bang. And it doesn't stop until everything is under control. And if it's a major incident, then you will have multiple call centers brought in together on one line, so they all, even if they're in different places, they will all be connected to the emergency. So that way they can control information coming in and out. Yeah. I have heard her say that, and that is ridiculous. There's been no threats, nothing. Everything. If I say to her, if I say to her, go and sit on your throne. Oh, he threatened me. He said, go and sit. He spoke in a very harsh tone. That's not a threat. That's not a threat. I have seen so many people say stuff, and other people have jumped on there and gone, oh, he's threatening. Oh, she's threatening. Oh, they're threatening. Oh, they're threatening. It's not a threat. If I turn around and I say, go and sit on this and swivel, and I hope you get splinters, that's not a threat. That's sarcasm and satire. Turn around, go sit on the middle finger, and then spin around and see if you get any splinters. That's how ridiculous everything is. Yes, absolutely. The sheriff, Levy County Sheriff's Department need body cameras. I would rather donate towards body cameras. If you get a company, right, who do Exxon, or is it Exxon? I think it's AXON, right? Or there's another company, right, who do body cameras for police. Okay. Now, if someone in that company would come in here and say, hey, yeah, I work for so-and-so, and they can prove and they can validate that they are from that company, right? I would be the first one to donate. I would be the first one to send them probably £500 or £1,000. Straight out. No hesitation whatsoever. As long as I know that they will then show these cameras getting there, and that every single sheriff officer or police officer in that Levy County have body cam, and they get shown how to use it. Because if something happens to that police officer, you're never going to know what's going to happen. What happens if it goes out of the view of the camera in the vehicle? Why do you think multiple counties, states have body camera when some didn't, and now they have different types of body camera, head worn body camera, chest? Why do you think some police officers have a second phone in their vest? Because they turn it on, they hit record, they put it in their vest, and that's it. $20. Where did that come from? They aren't 20. They've got 20 million or 22 million. One of the two. I can't remember if it's 20 or 22 million. Not $20, 20 million. There's a big difference between 20 and 20 million. And do you know what? $20? You know what Levy County could do? Get some more caution tape. That's what they could do. Juliet, a lot of people are. So yeah, a lot of people are worried about that child. A lot of people are. Even Jeremy and George. Everyone is. And rightly so. Rightly so. But hey, who are we to we've got no right to do anything, or say anything. But one thing I can assure you of, the more stink and the more hype, the more this gets spoken about, right? I mean, who knows? Someone may send an email to a news broadcasting centre, or, by accident, on purpose, deliberately. Who knows? But somewhere down the line, something needs to be done. This has gone on to way too long now. This has gone on way too long. And it needs and someone needs to take accountability for all the mess that's going on there. And it needs to be investigated. But either by the FBI, the US Marshals, or someone needs to investigate what's going on down there. Because that there, it's all right, John. It's all right. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize. I knew straight away as soon as you said what Levy County got to do with $20. I was like, yeah, you missed that bit. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, John. You're good. You're good. But yeah, so that's what people need to pay attention to. Do your research, ladies and gentlemen, Wookiees and Ewoks. Do your research. Do your research. I don't even know why I just did that. No. Especially into the CPS. I watched that video, and watching that guy, stand there, and then they start talking about mosquitoes, and he was like, yeah, and then I got a spray in the car, and I found that so funny, and the fact that like even the sheriff didn't even turn around and say, oh, by the way, everything's being recorded. Because I tell you one thing, if he'd have said that guy would have been doing his job differently. That I can assure you of. Well, if you got a judicial circuit, that needs Supreme Court. That means you need to go to U.S. Marshals and stuff like that. I think a lot of things need to be done. Excuse me. A lot of things need to be rectified, and I think you need an outside source, or the news, or it needs to go onto the news. It needs to be in the newspapers and on the news. I think it's come to a point now where, I think people need to hear this, because if this is only isolated in Otter Creek, what about everyone else who don't know what's going on, and who don't know about what rights they have? Excuse me, 1 second. Right, who don't know. Hi, Anna. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing for all of you, and I want you to heed my words. I don't even live in America. I'm not even an Americanese. I don't know much about your laws and everything else. And I'm saying everything from observation. You have got people from Canada, from Germany, France, Italy, Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Japan, Korea, South America. You've got lots of people, all right, from all around the world watching and listening to all this. And I bet you every single one of them are sitting there going, why is the news not involved in this? Why haven't the newspapers picked up on it? Because let's put it this way, Lynette went to 3 different newspapers and grifted out of them. So why can't Jeremy? Why can't he and George go to the newspapers? Why can't someone go to the newspapers and say, look, this is what happened? I mean, Channel 20 came down when that happened with Wes and Patty. So why not get them down again? And then talking to Russ.Thus about why not get him down? Get this publicized. Get this out there. Get it into the forum of, this is what's happening. Because I'll tell you one thing, it will be only a matter of time until the Supreme Court or someone from the FBI or the U.S. Marshals or state, something will happen. People will then start asking questions and things will start getting done properly. Stump jumping woodchuck. Hiya. Hi, Stump. How you doing, mate? Oh, what a name. Stump Jumping Woodchuck. What would you like to be addressed as? Stump Jumping or Woodchuck? I'm sorry. Oh my word! That is a bloody good name. That is a good name. Yeah, I must admit. I hope you're nice. I hope you're a nice person. No, but seriously, there's a lot. There's a lot that people need to do, and somewhere down the line, you know. Oh my god, you've actually got a name that I can actually now pronounce, because SMN doesn't sound right if you say it really quickly. SMN, SMS. No. Stumpy. No, I'll call you Woodchuck. Right, I'll call you Chuck. No, that I like that. That's a nice. That's. But no, I think that I think people need to start stepping up and doing the right thing. This can't go on. I mean, the court cases are important. They are extremely important. The frivolous two cases that, and I know we all know that Bruce did that just to drag the feet. But what he didn't realize is that it's going to come back to bite him in the ass, and he's going to be responsible for that. It's one of those things, and this is what his face is going to look like at the end. That's what he's going to look like. This is this is Bruce's face right at the end when he realizes what's coming towards him. That's the fear, the face of fear that's going to be seen. I wouldn't even call him a joke. Joke's important. Bubbles is a waste of rations. Breaking news. It will never stop. No, it won't. It won't stop. It will never stop. That's the problem. But anyway, guys, we are now coming to the conclusion of today's stream. Let me just say one thing. I would like to, and I mean this with the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank everybody, especially all the newcomers. I want everybody to give yourself a POB. If you don't know what POB is, it's a pat on your back, right? For being, for being who you are, right? And Kat, Florida, thank you so much for popping in. I haven't seen Expert for the last couple of days. I missed his stream the other night. But next time you see him, just send him my regards and that. Send him a man hug, platonic, of course. But I'm glad that you're here. I was wondering how long it would take you to find me. No, it's very easy to find me. But welcome to the community, and you'll find that the community here is very, very hospitable, very friendly, but they're very dangerous when trolls come in. So just so you know. So especially when Eric's around, because Eric plays with his food all the time. But right, so what we're going to do, okay, is basically now we're going to come to the question time. All right, and this is what I would like you guys to do. I would like you to go like that. Put my name in like this, and then put Q, and then your question. I would like you guys to start trying this because it makes it easy for me. All right, so if you can do that, I'd appreciate that. So last night everyone had the opportunity to ask questions. Don't be afraid. If I don't want to answer the question, I won't. But please, Johnny D, what looks like? Oh, you mean that picture? Yeah. No, there's no garage in the background. Sorry. I'm not going anywhere, Cynthia. Oh, you leaving, Cynthia? Are you leaving? Oh, okay then, sweetheart. Well, if, you take care, and remember, love you. Lots of hugs. Be safe, be nice, and if you got snow, grab a couple of snowballs and throw it at someone. Have some fun. Anyway, so ask away. Oh, you're not leaving. There you go. Then. Yeah, I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving either. So, um, yeah, exactly. Don't. Yeah, right. No, Nina, you did it wrong again. You have to click when you go at spawn trooper. Then you click on the name, so I can see the orange tag around it. Anyway, if you move to the US, what state would you live in, and what state would you or Mrs. choose? I think I've answered this one before. I would go to Texas. I think Her Royal Highness, she'd probably look at. I mean, if she had the chance to have a look around, I think she would probably choose Ohio. No, Idaho. Sorry, it would be Idaho, Montana, or somewhere where there's a lot of countryside because because of certain things she likes, and obviously that's what I would get her as well because she does like, yeah. But for me, it'd be Texas because I'd be armed to my teeth. I would actually, I mean, after I finished building everything, hi Digistorm, but after I finished everything, and apparently I've already been adopted by the Texans, so um, yeah, you'd have to go through multiple levels of security to get through to my property. I mean, every level would have like automated firing systems and minefields, and God, you name it. I would have like D209s. I would have droids standing there with arms and teeth, with Gatling, saw gun, and everything. Yeah, so and also that, yeah, there's no state tax there. Yeah, yeah, no, Florida. Yeah, I've there's a look. There are nice people who live in Florida. However, yeah, I wouldn't touch Florida with no, not unless I am gagged, handcuffed, and tied up and taken there and forced to live there. I would not live in Florida. No, no. Question. In the trespass case, because HG is listed as a plaintiff with LP and HG also held accountable when cases are lost. No, no. And the fact that he actually put a name in there, I think that was for clout. I think what he was doing when he added HG's names to that court case is basically by you putting a child's name in it would give it more oomph, but it didn't. It hasn't because one, there's no one there. The child can't speak for herself. Yeah, and so no, he was just using it for clout, basically, and just because she happened to be on the property at the time. Now, if she would get put into the witness stand, or they took her into a room because they have a when they interview children, right, they do it in an environment where the child feels relaxed. So you can put her in a room, with settees and stuff like that, with with people who are trained to interview children or minors. And what they'll do it in such an environment that everything is recorded. You'll have social services there. You'll have the person asking the questions, and mostly mostly be, female, and it'll be in a very relaxed environment. And they'll let the child play, and they'll ask questions. And during the playtime, and while the child's playing with toys or something, they'll ask questions, and yeah. But I doubt very much they're going to do that for that case, for a frivolous case like that. I don't even think it will last that long, actually. Right, Spawn Trooper. There you go. Question: what is your take on the outcome of the two now cases being done back to back? Sorry, can you? 5 Okay, I'm not used to your dates the way you got your date. It's the day, the month, then the year. Not the month, the day. It's the day, the month, the year. So are you talking about the 5th of February? Um, because if you're talking about the 5th of February, I think one is the frivolous court case and the other one is a countersuit. From what I've gathered, I could be wrong, but I don't know. And the thing is, if yeah, the countersuit, the one, yeah, that's going to go down really well. That's going to go down really well. Uh, I think Deuce Boy and Co are going to have more problems than they think. Right, because you've involved a journalist and a lawyer. So good luck on that one. Um, I really feel like it's 19 years now. Right, okay. Question. Since HG is in a court case, can the other side order full evidence? I don't know. Most probably. Discovery. I really don't know. Like I said, you'd have to ask someone who actually knows about American law a little bit more than I do. But I just think that, like, by using HG as a pawn in that court case is not going to do them any favors whatsoever. Because the thing is, it's like if you look at the paperwork, you'll notice that Deuce Boy never used to use ProHack VC until later on, until he started getting called out on it. And they never put HG's name in there until these court cases, frivolous court cases. So he is using and abusing. He's using it when he wants to. Does that make sense? It's just the same thing. He got caught out 3 times, right, making mistakes with Scott Stark's name. Now, Scott Stark is in court on the 5th, right? It's not Bruce, it's Scott Stark. And here's the thing. I don't think he knows half of what's going on. And if he does, he's implicit of what's been happening. So he's part and parcel of the blame, of the problem. So, but the best people to ask is either expert, Shizzy Wiz, Tug, or Megan about your question, Marlon. Unless someone else can help her out and explain it to her. I do apologize. I like I said, I don't know that much about American law. But one thing I don't know about over here in the UK, but a child, if there's any evidence, what can that child give you as evidence? What the Harley HG can't hand over any evidence because there isn't any. There isn't any. That's the whole thing. It's a deflection. That's what Deuce is using. It's a deflection. You know, and here's the thing, right? If like you've got 2 choices, they either are squatting or living homeless, or they're living in a. And the thing is, like I've been hearing that there's different laws about how long you can stay in a caravan, and all this stuff, right? And something else, that barnuminium that doesn't need a concrete floor, it's already got one. Because if you pay attention to the video, you can actually see it when she opens the door and she drags stuff out. You can see it on video. You can actually see the inside of that barnuminium. It has a concrete footing. The whole area is concrete. It's already got it. Excuse me. This is what I always say to you guys. Go and do your research. Go and watch these videos. And here's the thing: when you watch a video, right, if you need to, pause it and look at the whole screen. Look around. Look at different places. Don't just look at the people, because the people, yes, they are the center of attention. They are the objects of attention. But the thing is, if you want to investigate or you want to start learning how to source the information from a picture, what you do, you just go down and up, down and up, down and up, and then side to side, side to side, side to side. And then what you do, you then make squares, all right, on it, and then you've got square A, square B, square C, that. Now inside that square A, you then put 9 squares in. So you got square A1, square A2, square A3, right? That's the first 3 at the top. And then you do that. And then you can turn around and say, right, okay, I can turn around to Kat and say, right, Kat, if you take a look at evidence picture 6, Bravo 7, right, she will then take the picture 6 or 7, whatever, 6. She will then Bravo, she'll go to B, she will then go to, and it would be the 7th picture down, and then she'll go, right, okay, and then it was number 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she'll look at that picture, and then she'll see the weapon or the object or what needs to be paid attention to. And she'll go, oh yeah, seen it, yeah. And that's one way how to look at a video. That's what I do automatically. Every time I watch a video, if I see something, I rewind it back, watch it again. I watch it about 2 or 3 times, and then I pause it, and then I look at that picture. And if I need to, I zoom in. Question: if Linettes are asking for more money for the floor, can it be floor heating more concrete? No, because the thing is, if you can get, how can I put it? You can get a floor heating that you just put underlay. You put like electric mat. It's like a mat, and then you can. It's electrical, and then you can lay that down, and then you put the flooring down. But the thing is, what you have to understand, because it's such a large surface, right, and because obviously insulation and everything else, it'll be a waste of money. So what you do, you find out where you want to put your living room, where you want to put your bedrooms, where you want to put your kitchen, your toilets, your bathroom and stuff like that in that barnuminium. And then what you do is you can like build a loft. So what you do, you get some more frames and cut them across and you seal off the top. So that means you've got like a loft area as well. But the areas where you build all these rooms, you calculate how big the room's going to be, you mark it out on the floor, and then you lay these mats down and you put flooring down, like wooden flooring or tiles. You can put like screed over it and you can put tiles down. Right? That then is then connected to the thermostat or to electrics in the thermostat, and bang, you've got underfloor heating. They've already, because for them, they would have to take out all that concrete, which is probably about 200 square meters or feet, a couple of 100 square feet, and then relay it. And it's not cheap. Concrete's not cheap. So, irregardless of what excuse they're going to come up with, the only underfloor heating they could use, right, is electrical. Because they can't put the water piping down, because that means then they would have to put an extra layer of like 1 inch of concrete above that. Well, no, it's not. But in certain rooms, it would be an idea, like to have underfloor heating in the bathroom and in the bedroom. You don't need it anywhere else because you can get electrical heaters. You just need to make sure that they're safe. Question? No question. But thank you. Now I understand. Thank you. Oh, okay. I mean, the perfect country, the perfect place to go to in Germany. When they build houses, they always put underfloor heating in, always, especially in bedrooms and in bathrooms. And there's sometimes sometimes they'll put it in the whole floor, so the whole bottom floor, because believe it or not, floor heating, radiant heat, can warm up a home where you don't need other heaters. So if they start talking about underfloor heating, then you know where they got the ideas from. In actual fact, please hold. 1 second. It's not that one. It's the electrical one. Where's the electrical one? Because you got two different types. You got the pipe, the water system. There we go. That's the one I'm after. Ah, shit, no. That's the one. That one there. That's one type. That is one type. There's one type. And that. And that's the other type. That's the other. No. That's the wrong type. It's that one I'm looking at. There you go. No, that's the same. Where's the one that I was looking at? There you go. Oh, sacrilege, heretic. Yeah, there you go. That's the one I wanted to look. There you go. Right, sorted. That's the one I wanted. Like that. Yeah. Right, please hold. I will show you the examples. 1 second, please. Is it that one? Let's see. Okay, right. As you can see here, this is the electrical version, right, of the underfloor heat. We all know that there's pipes and you can put like reinforced piping. Well, excuse me, it's not reinforced piping. It's more, it's a little bit thicker than normal pipe. And that's what they also use for your hot and cold water, right? So, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say now. I forgot what I was saying. Come on, brain, kick in. Come on. There you go. Okay, right. So you got different piping and different systems, right? So you got your hot water, your cold water, which is red and blue, right? Then you'll have an orange pipe or a grey pipe, or what they call a white grey. It's a white one, a grey one, and an orange pipe. Now these pipes have thicker walls, but they are designed to, when the hot water goes through them, through the system, okay, once it's all being set up, it will then produce heat. Right? And because it's embedded in concrete, it will keep its heat a little bit longer than a normal radiator does. Now, this one you see here, this is electrical netting, right? And as you can see, you can cut here, right, if you need to turn it around. Now, this is what it looks like when you're putting it down. So that means if you, say for example, you only wanted to heat this area, or like in the bathroom, you just wanted to heat this area here, right? You can cut this to a shape that it will only heat that certain area. What he's doing here right now, he is putting this down, right? On, by the way, it looks like I can see the staircase here. So this is a staircase, right? But what he's doing, he's got the underflooring already down, because that's the underflooring there, right? That's what you need to get with these. And then once he's done with that, he can either put tiles on there, or you can put, like, he'll put a little bit of concrete down, like a self-leveling street, and then he'll put floorboards or tiles on it. All right, and these go straight underneath, and that's it. And they're not. I mean, this stuff is not cheap. This stuff is not cheap, but I'll tell you one thing: it's really, really good. I'm telling you that now. It is really good. Just so you know. Just saying. Right, Aussie no pop. Wait, what's going on? November, I am amount goes up each month till April, if not. And here's the thing: a lot of people don't realize, but if you get solar panels, I slug. All right, now if you get solar panels and you get batteries, believe it or not, you can separate your underfloor heating from the rest of the power system. You can have it connected directly to your solar system. and the batteries, because the thing is, underfloor heating doesn't use that much power. So you could technically separate your underfloor heating, save all that money, right? Because you're getting the power from the sun or from light and everything. So the batteries fill up. You got 1 or 2 batteries. Yes, it costs a bit of money, but I tell you one thing: you'll save a lot of money on your electric bill. That's for sure. Right. Okay. Spawn. I have a water. Wait a minute. I have a cold water in the summer, warm water. Wait, what? I have cold water in the summer, warm water rest of the year, but I have concrete over the mat. Now, Madeline, I have to apologize. I did not understand a freaking. I have water. Wait. I have cold water in the summer, warm water rest of the year, but I have concrete over the mat. I am so confused. So, have you got underfloor heating, Madeline? Is that what you're saying? Because don't forget, if you've got like I said, there's 2 different systems. If you've got underfloor heating, all your heating and your what you call it, everything, there's a water system. Your underfloor heating is just like a radiator system, like the pipes that go around your house to keep your to heat up the radiators. If you turn your thermostat up, the boiler will kick in and it will start warming up. Right, will start warming up the water, and it circulates. So therefore, you've got flowing water going through the pipes on your underfloor heating. So when you turn that boiler on, what happens is the water is going through the whole system. So if you turn on your hot tap, it won't affect it, especially if you've got a combi boiler, because you've got a system for your heating and a system for your hot water. Yeah. Okay. So that means underfloor heating, right, is quite good, especially if it circulates. That means it will last for quite a long time. The only problem is if you drill or you puncture that pipe, right, you'd have to take out at least part of that section, that whole floor, to take it up, to then fix that section and then put the floor back down. So when you put the floor heating in, right, sometimes they put like a certain when they put like the floorboards down or certain, they put something underneath the floorboards that when you do drill, you'll get like a white dust or orange dust, and that'll tell you, listen, you drill any further, you're going to puncture the underfloor heating. And that's why they usually put like about 1 inch to 2 inches on top, because underfloor heating, it does heat the floor up, that I can assure you of. So I have cold water in the summer, warm water the rest of the year. Right, yeah. So you've got like, yeah. That's a good system, though. And hello, Slug. What is it? What did you just say? I am here to set the world ablaze. No, that's not very nice. I have gotten a full night's sleep. Well, that's dangerous. And now I will harvest space latte. No. Stop being the great. No. Behave yourself. Leave the space aliens alone. But anyway, guys, I've been live for 3.5 hours, so I'll take 2 more questions and then we're going to call it a night. And I would just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who's joined us. And I would like to thank everybody who's, hung out and, and like I said, mi casa, su casa. So you're always welcome. And, and one thing I want you to do, I want you to go out and do your own research, guys. All right. I will more than help. If I got the answer, I will help you. If I don't, I will tell you. The space and got nice fires. You're so wrong, Slug, in so many different levels. I can't. I can't take you anywhere, can I? Hey. No, Marlin, thank you so much, and I will pass on. The love to my queen, and I will let her know. I'm not going yet, guys. You should know by now. You get a warning. You get 2 minutes to chill out and do all your bits. And in fact, talk. Hey, Slugger, you going live? Oh, guys, Shizzy is live. Shizzy is alive. I mean, Shizzy is live. Sorry. So if you want to go and jump into Shizzy, off you go. Say hello from me, all right? And do me a favor. Go. Oh God, I forgot what I was going to do now. All right, do me a favor. Go and jump into Shizzy. Send my regards. Send my love. All right. And again, you are a handsome young man, Slug, but don't brag about it. And you're not going to get a spaceship. You're not even going to get your Legos. Wait, what? Anyway, so right, guys, you know the score. Start getting dressed, get your kit together, pack your bags, and start making your way to. You know where you're going now. Start making your way to the exits. Love you lots. Thank you very much for coming, and remember, you're all good. You're all good. Yeet.